All right, all right. I'm back. Welcome back, everybody. Fidel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, that thing was kind of off center. I might have to figure out how to center that screen, but no worries. Now I'm taking a look here. So Diamond's back. I appreciate it, man. Let's take a look and see what's going on with TCAT. TCAT having a crazy day. Are you kidding me with this stock right now? This thing is crazy. And here's the deal. You guys know I don't chase stocks, but man, look, I'm not always right. Imagine what is going on with this stock. It's insane. Forgive me, I'm going to take a few more bites. I'm still eating, but man, I just wanted to be here with you guys. How is the stock running? What does anyone know the news catalyst? What happened? A squeeze, that'll do it. So crazy. Man, it's insane. Insane what goes on with some of these stocks. Who would have thought? And it looks like it's going to continue to go up. It doesn't have to be AMC or GME. I think, and I see why you would say that. A lot of people think they're all up in AMC and GME. And while we're kind of, having some movement, man, some of these other stocks look ripping. And look, all these stocks, none of these stocks are AMC, GME, all with great, look, 89%, up 73% on the day. A bunch, I'm still shocked. And granted, there are also some big losers over here. But for this one to be such a big winner, who would have thought? Oh my gosh. Did you jump in on this by chance? Unreal. From $5 to $35. That's some crazy stuff. Unbelievable. Let me take another bite of food. I'm almost done with this. And then we'll get into some real action. Holy smokes. I'm sure you did the math. What would you be up right now if you would have bought the 200? Not quite yet. I'm still eating. Matthew, welcome, welcome. Matthew, I saw you on Trey's trade stream today. Happy Friday, Junior. I love it. I love it. I saw you on Trey's stream. Dude, that was so funny. He goes, "How are you verified?" And pull up Upstart. I don't even know what Upstart is. One second, guys. My mom's calling me. Let me let her know what's going on. 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. I'm a mama's boy. You know, I gotta take care of it. Let's take a look. China's plays day to day. Hi, mom. Let's take a look. See. So let me make sure I'm not muted. All right, good. Hi, mom. I love it. So we are looking at. Are we looking at the right stock, Matthew? Dip. A dip. I don't think this is the right one, is it? Because you said seen a dip. Oh, and after hours. Okay. Let me take a look. Let me go a little more microscopically to the 1 day. Okay, so taking a look here. I mean, okay, you're saying it went from 115 to 60 to 108. Let me see the 60. I don't know if I'm seeing the 60 here. Am I? No, yeah, see, I don't think I see a 60 on my chart in the after hours for today. Yeah. I'm in the 1 minute charts. I mean, it really should have showed something here. It grew, yeah, it did grow insane in a day. But I'm about to show you TCAT, which grew insane. Holy smokes, what a day. What did it go to? You see, what's funny is, you know, looking at the stock here, you can see today at 5 p.m. Okay, let me move up here. Let me go to the 1 day, go to 5 p.m. We're gonna figure this out. Yeah, see? Oh, is it a glitch? It may be a glitch or something that you're seeing on your side. Diamond's right. It also could be a stop loss hunt. And so what they'll do sometimes is, and usually you'll see it like the opposite way. You'll see it up here, or I mean, I guess you could see it either way. But they try to go up and down, and they'll try to like see where the stop losses are. That's a running theory. I'm not sure if it's been 100% confirmed that that's what they do, but we would have to see. We'd have to see what people are. What it could be, but sometimes, let me see. If we look at AMC, actually, we would see these all the time. Let me show you what we would see sometimes. So let me make sure I'm on the 1 day, 1 minute, and then if we go backwards, is this thing not loading? What's going on with this? Okay, here we go. If we go backwards, we can see some of these candles, and I'll show you, and you tell me if this is something you're seeing similar. See, like these things, and sometimes we'll see these up to $16 in random days. Let me see if I can find a good one. Sometime I saw them earlier. Are you kidding me? I swore I saw them before. See how it just dips right here? I mean, I guess it's only from like 710 to 750, but you'll see those random ones, and they're just so crazy. They really don't make any sense. And that's where the theory comes, where they're trying to find those stop orders and trying to see. But James, hey, no problem, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you in a little bit. I'll be on for a little bit, or a few hours. So yeah, and that's usually what it is. Of course, I'm not seeing one right now, but sometimes you'll see a crazy, weird-looking candle, like, and you'll see it trading at like $9. This used to happen with AMC all the time. You see it trading at $9, and then it'll jump to 18, and it would freak a lot of people out. There's like, it's happening like this. Here we go. Look, see this? Look, trading at $6, right? And it would jump to 14. Look, $17 up here. See how random these are? It doesn't even make any sense. So. Right. So what you'll see is like, and it's kind of weird to me, because if you saw this, like if they have a sell limit though, let's say they have a sell limit, and this is a good one, for example, like, and let's say they have a sell limit over at 1725. So theoretically, these hedge funds would see, okay, where's the nearest sell limit, and and all this random stuff, and I don't know. It's really hard to speculate exactly what those are, but that is the running theory. So probably something like that. No worries. Derek, thank you so much for the welcome back. I'm still snacking a little bit. I may go mute for just a minute, but no worries. Let's take a look at, and actually, you want to talk about crazy runs. Look at this crazy run. Now, let's look at the 5-day. Take a look at this one from, let's say, 350 all the way to, and it ran, look, it ran this day from 350 to 9. Huge run. And it's like, okay, it's probably done. Traded sideways for a day. Then from $5 to over 20. Almost $25, and then and then next day from, oh my gosh, it's just continued to run $40, and then here I thought this was the end of the run today. I thought this was the entire. I thought it was done, and I thought it was going to collapse. And look at that, I'm wrong. Just rallying to $36 here in the aftermarket, in the after hours. Wild stuff. Yes, I'll check out JFIN in just a second. Let me finish up with Matthew's question really quick. Let's take a look at, dang, I forgot the ticker already. UPSC. Oh, you literally gave it to me. That's all right. Oh, yep, you're 100% right. Very interesting. Yeah. I don't know what this is. Just in 5 minutes, yeah, that was something weird. Something weird. Could be a glitch or who knows? Who knows what that was? Let's check out JFIN. I got you. Yeah, it could be a glitch, Matthew. I mean, that one's really hard to tell. But I wonder if somebody could have bought it from there. 6,200 in a day, made an announcement. Yeah, those announcements, I love those beat the hype plays, Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes you just got to sit on it. But yeah, it is insane looking. I mean, but if you got on it, if somehow, and what some people do, and I don't know if it would actually work, but theoretically, let's say you had a stock on, and I'm just gonna switch for 1 second, then I'll go back to JFIN. Let's say you had a stock on GameStop, right? And what some people do is they'll put let's say you put $150, I'm sure it freaked you out. Especially if you got some kind of notification down, 40% or whatever. Let's say someone put a stop loss, right? Not a stop loss, I'm sorry, a buy order, a buy limit at $150. And let's say it dips or something, or something crazy happens, boom. You could be in and then just back up. If it dips really quick and comes back up, you're in. You just lowered your average cost by a lot. So some people are doing that. So if there's some stocks that you really want and you really want to see if you can like hop in lower, especially on these super volatile stocks, you could check about that. JFIN. Oh, okay. Yes, we was talking about JFIN with yes, we were looking at JFIN. So who was I looking at it with? Was it Diamond? Yes, I think it was Diamond. And you had a $10 buy-in. So yes, we did talk about this a little earlier. As you can see, I did have this like squeeze down here, kind of a bullish flag, and it bounced. It bounced. I said it was either going to go down or up. We had some crazy action here where it literally in 2 candles. Let me go to the 1 minute and check this out. This is where it freaked me out. And I almost, see, I would have had diamond hands or something. Because, I mean, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I would have had like paper hands. I would have like quit. Because it was here, and I literally watched it before our eyes right here on the stream. It went all the way up to this $10.30 mark. And then in the next minute, it went all the way down to that $8.74. And I was like, I basically would have ran because it was looking sketchy. And it recovered. And so it did have the little squeeze down. And then it broke with this big candle bar. This is what we're always looking for. See these big candle bars? We want this solid candle bar to let us know, hey, we're up, we're good. And looking good. Drone, we're going to get you in just a second, my friend. That's how you say a second, my friend, in nonsense. So, hey, this is a great little bounce. I was very concerned about the stock, especially for the person that had it. And I'm glad to see that it is going to work out. Or hopefully work out. Hopefully it'll continue to rally in the after hours and the pre-market. But going to be scary. Let's take a look. Eric, Corey, how are you doing? AMC did good today despite the efforts of the shorts. Yeah, it got a little sketchy at the end. It got a little bit sketchy at the end, but you know what? I'm very proud of the recovery. The last, what was this? Few minutes, hour or however long this was. Yeah, like 30 minutes about, just over. Got really sketchy. Maybe we'll say hour. That's fine. The last hour got really, really sketchy, and I was so happy to see the recovery just dipped. And it was weird. I mean, yeah, we were talking about it on the stream. We saw the orders that Trey just so happened to talk about in his post right here. And we saw the orders. And I was looking at this and I was like, this is so sketchy. At one point, there were 61s, like 61 bids, 61 sizes on both sides, just trading back and forth. And it was like 61 shares. He was trading exactly 61 shares over and over and over and over again. And it was super sketchy, not even trying to conceal what is potentially going on there. Embarrassing. So that's it. I also bought some Sundial calls. Yep. Hopefully it can rebound. Yeah. We've been looking at Sundial a lot today, and could be very good. Hopefully it found a nice little bottom and it's going to go up. Now, taking a look at drone. You got to think about. Oh, okay. Kanisha, did you send me a tweet or something? I don't get notifications when people tweet me, so you're gonna have to tell me in the chat. Let's take a look at GameStop drone for you. Okay, so you bought it at $279. So here's what I've been telling people. It depends how many shares you have too. And so the question is what do you think GameStop is going to go to? Do you think it's going to be done? Are you really not sure? Are you scared? If you are convicted in GameStop, if you think it's going to happen, then don't be too scared. And here's what I would say. Let's say you have just one share of GameStop at 261, and I don't know how many you have. Or 279, I'm sorry. So 279. If you continue to average down from, let's say you have, one share, it wouldn't take very much. I'm trying to get this. I don't know why this does this. So if you continue to average down, that could be so fantastic. Yeah, Kanisha, I couldn't see where it came from. If you think it's going to go up, remember, if you bought a share at, what's the difference between 280 and 201? It would go down to 240, I think, right? If you bought another share. So at 240, let's say you think it's just going to go to 300, those are good. That's a good way to average down. Averaging down can be so powerful, Eric, yeah, 100%. I would average, if you want to stay in it, average down if you can. If you have that ability to, because then your average cost won't be so high. $279, it does sound a little high, And a lot of people bought AMC at $20, $15, $17. But what they did is whenever it was at $5, they continued buying and averaging down. And I'm sure, they probably went all in at 17, but you know, it was worth it for them to average down. And a lot of people were able to get down to, you know, $8 to $10. And honestly, as long as they're under $14 at this point, they're doing okay. And hopefully they'll continue to do okay. So that's my opinion. Hopefully that helped a little bit. Um, oh, yeah. Let me take a look at this post from you. Oh, my bad. You like it literally told me where to go. I'm sorry. Let me take a look at your post. I can look it up right here. Posts. Okay, here we go. I found it. I found it. Super important for today. Shorts borrowed to close 2 million shares to short either today or tomorrow. AMC squeeze is still on. Trust, guys, whenever a squeeze happens, you will know. You will not be questioning, is this the squeeze? You know, and if you're questioning it, then it most likely hasn't happened yet. Okay. So don't worry. Yes, high frequencies are being rough, but I think they're trying to bring it as far down as they can because I think they're probably anticipating tomorrow to be wild. All right, let me take a bite. I'm mute my mic really quick, and then let me look at this article. We can take a look, and we'll see if we can see anything interesting in here. And then whenever I unmute, we can talk about it a little bit. It's some crazy stuff. So, let's see what we got going on. So hedge funds can spend unlimited money, way more money than they have or ever, but not us regular folks. Makes no sense that they have no limits, right? Absolutely. That's what we've been saying the whole time. Honestly, that's the part that's most frustrating about all of this. The fact that these guys can they can trade whenever we can't trade. Like apparently whenever Robinhood was down, they still had the ability to buy whenever we couldn't buy. And I don't want to say Robinhood was down. Robinhood was not down. Robinhood was not allowing people to buy. And I want to make that crystal clear. It was not down. It was only restricting the little guy. We can only sell, we could not buy. So I don't want to get that twisted. But yes, hedge funds, they can do whatever they want. And guess what? Hey, on top of that, let's say they lose all their money. They borrow money and they lose all that money. They will get bailed out. That's what we've seen again and again. That's what happened with the 2008 financial crisis. And they didn't learn from it. There wasn't enough regulation in place. And these guys can just do whatever they want. And but if we did that, they don't have to deliver the shares. Sure, they get little fines here and there. But you know what? If I didn't deliver my shares or if I didn't pay my fee or whatever, they would liquidate my account. They would send me to collections. They would, all these other things that they would do. To the little guy. But if you're a hedge fund, no, it's okay. Take your time. Blah, blah, blah. Not cool. That's why I'm so excited about those DTCC rules. If they work properly, and hopefully they will, who knows, but then we will, then we'll see money. Then they'll be forced to cover by the DTCC for the only reason of they're afraid that they're probably going to go bankrupt, and then the DTCC will be on the hook for the money. I don't get why or how. Matthew, I couldn't tell you why they're allowed all these rules. Maybe because they're rich and we're not. Maybe because they spend a lot of money and we don't. Who knows? They get special privileges that we don't have, and that's been confirmed. That's been confirmed. I think Vlad said it in his Okay, so this is great. I'm glad you asked this, and I'm more than happy to clear this up. I did make a video on this. So essentially, without reading all the mumbo jumbo and everything, there are essentially two rules. One of them is approved. The other one is not approved. Currently, the one that just got approved yesterday says, hey, the DTCC says, hey, we need to look at your books. And who is your books? The DTCC, remember, basically handles all the trading in the United States or whatever. So if they say, hey, you hedge fund, they can. I assume they can call on anybody just because they handle literally everybody by definition on their Investopedia page. So they can say, hey, Citadel, let me see your books. Something's not adding up. How is there more shares in the float? You're the heavily positioned, blah, blah, blah. So they can say, hey, show us your books. And Citadel has to show them their books immediately. Before, they had to show them their books within a month. And there was a loophole around that within there. So in this new one, they fixed the loophole and they said, as soon as we ask, you have to show it to us. That is part one. Part two is the 801. 801 says, it says it right here. I like the way they do it. Okay, the 801 states that the DTCC can liquidate their members' positions at any time. And that's what'll happen. So there's two parts, super important to keep that in mind. Now this rule, from my understanding, isn't out there just yet. I'm going to cover as soon as it becomes available because it's super huge news. It's a big deal. And we're just waiting for it. And realistically, if you wanted to you can even cover it yourself. But I'll just cover it. But anyways, and you can kind of see when they do it. It's all kind of available to the public. You just need to know where to look. And you need to look here at the DTCC.com, legal, and here. And you can see the filings. So there's all these different filings. I'm not sure which which these are what these do. But you can kind of see like the subject, revise clearing agency investment policy. And so this could be anything from like making them pay faster, or I really don't know. I can't really speculate as to what these are. But I did go through this one in pretty in depth whenever it first came out, just because it's hard to read. Man, these are a hard read. I mean, the legal mumbo jumbo is just. I mean, here actually, this is a good. Let me show you one of the sentences in here. Here's the basic one. And essentially, I think what this means is like it's becoming effective immediately. Look at this. The foregoing rule change has become effective pursuant to Section 19B3A 17 of the Act and paragraph F18 of Rule 194B -4 thereunder. Holy smokes. It's a pain. And so that's how they talk like the entire time. And obviously there are some, I mean, I don't want to pretend like, and then it says at any time within 60 days of the rule filing report. So nothing too bad, but even then, gosh, the mumbo, just the words are big words from a tiny brain. And it's kind of a pain. Anyways, I digress. But that's a great question. I'm so glad you asked that, just in case anybody wasn't crystal clear on it. I hope I explained that well. And I hope if anybody has any other questions or want me to explain anything any further, please let me know. Let me get a sip. Poor Matthew getting asked that all day. Trey's trades. He was on Trey, and Trey said, Trey asked the same thing. He went to his profile. He goes, "Oh, how'd you get verified?" And yeah, it's so funny how that happened. But oh good. Yeah, now Google Plus is all gone. So that's what happened there. Let's see if there's any other action here. 1404, still there in the after hours. We'll see what happens. We have a little bit more time for the after hours to be over, so we will continue to take a look see. So, GameStop up a little bit. We'll take it 203.70 in the after hours. So hopefully that continues. I sometimes come on this non-verified profile, but this helps me get attention. I'm sure everybody loves to answer your questions. And I guarantee everyone asks you how you got verified, and it's and all that. So funny stuff, very funny stuff. Let's see what else we got going on. What does low volume mean today for GME? You know, low volume, wow, is that all the volume? 11 million? Super low volume. Holy smokes. Crazy. I know, I looked up how to get verified. I think I have to have 100,000 subscribers before I get verified. So, see you guys in 10 years. So yeah, low volume. Let's look at AMC though. AMC was not too bad on the volume, 121 million. Looking at the days, the previous days that we've had, just a few days here, we had this was a whole bunch here, 277 million on Monday. Yeah, I'm sure. 125 million on Tuesday. Yesterday, 76, and today 120. Tomorrow, I'd be very curious to know if we beat this 277 million. They say it's supposed to be a lot of they changed the rules and verified on Facebook 2 minutes ago. Oh man, crazy. So yeah, they say it's going to be a lot of volatility. You know what we can do? Let's take a look at this. Would be a good experiment. So March 15th. Actually, let me triple check this date to make sure I have it right. Quadruple witching. So the first quadruple witching of 2019 was March 15th. Let's take a look at what happened March 15th of 2019. I gotta find this just a second. It's gonna be weird. These are the 1 day candles. I should do the... Maybe I should do the 1 hour candles. Let's see. Yeah, that might be good. Okay, so we got to go all the way to 2019. I'm still looking for an easy way for us to go back and forth, by the way. Are we reading too much into the CEO buying 1 million shares and Fidelity? You know, I don't think so. The CEO maybe, but Fidelity, remember, they're in it to make money. They don't care if AMC goes under. They don't care about the squeeze. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They might care about the squeeze actually a little bit if they do see a squeeze and they think they're going to make a lot of money on it. But think about it. If they're not thinking that this stock is going to go above $13, whatever they purchased at. Let me see exactly what they purchased at because that does matter. Where did Trey say it? Right here at $13.26. If they bought this many shares at $13.26, they're anticipating that it's going to be higher. You know, they're not going to invest in it just for fun or anything. So so we'll see. But I think that this does have some weight because these guys aren't, like I said, they're not going to buy into it for fun. They think it's going to go higher than this. And I'm sure they're not in it for 10% gains, is what I'll say. So we're looking for March 15th, 2019. Let's go backwards. We got to go through 2020. We got to relive this pandemic. Can I just zoom out? Hey, we're going to zoom out. Ooh, 2017. Oh, wait. No, I did not do 2017. Counting is hard. Wait, it doesn't tell me the day? All right. Well, that's fine. What is this here? 2019. I'm sorry about this, guys. Let me just find this day really quick. Oh, is it this one? 18th and the 19th. Okay, so last year, and keep in mind, this is AMC a few years ago. I don't think anybody really cared about AMC at the time. Things to consider. But hey, what are the chances that on this was their volume? 1 million volume on the quadruple witching. Okay, so this is I'm so glad we found this. Look, we're anticipating this heavy volume, right? It's supposed to be a big deal. The first Friday, look at this. The first quadruple witching. Look at this volume. 1 million volume. Less than 2 million. Okay, for this first quadruple witching. I think it's important for us to just like reevaluate our expectations. But the next week, look at this volume. 3 million, you know, double the volume here almost. Well, sure, we'll say almost double the volume here. And over here, it's 1 million here again. So again, that's why we're saying that quadruple witching isn't necessarily important. Koa, thank you for checking us that. Right. So yeah, I guess the CEO didn't buy. They're going to award, and from my understanding, and I don't really fully understand this one. So if Koa, if you really know, if you could elaborate a little more. But from my understanding, they're going to issue it to him. They're going to break it into thirds or something and issue it over the next 3 years. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, exactly. So, just wanted to make sure I said that right. Thank you for confirming. Okay, and look, guys, 315, low volume, but the next few days, look, a lot of volume the next few days, okay? So this is just one stock. Let's take a look at one that maybe was a little bit bigger at the time. Let's look at GE. Maybe a more of a GE over the week. You know, interesting, guys. So interesting how these, you know what, was this the Monday? It looks like there's a lot of volume typically on the Monday. But if you go to the next day, there's not that much. There's not that much, like 100 million in volume on the Monday, and then 99 million, 74 million. Quadruple witching itself had 189 million. Okay, so not too crazy. Not, you know, that makes sense for what we're kind of anticipating to have that much. But you know, we really have to see on what the volume is going to look like for these other days. Let's see if I can find a company that is pretty big. Disney. I saw it over here somewhere. Disney. Let's see how Disney did. Disney on 3/15, the first quadruple witching day, was 14 million. So they had that 14 million, and then on that Tuesday though, the following Tuesday they did have a lot more volume, but nothing too crazy. Let's see what the Monday was like. Monday was the 11th. So it looks like Monday on this year did have the most stuff. Crazy stuff. Let's see what else we had. Let's compare it to a few. Let's look at Carnival, when Carnival was actually normal. Carnival Cruise Line. 3/15. Let's see where we are. Well, let's look at the Monday, which was the 11th. Okay, so 3 million volume, which is lesser than what we've been seeing for a lot of them in relation. So quadruple witching, again, 4 million, which is kind of just like a regular day of the week. Nothing crazy. Man, that is something else. So I think it's good that we're looking at these, because we're there's a lot of emphasis on this quadruple witching. I wish I would have covered this in my video now that I'm thinking about it, because I tried to temper people's expectations a little bit. I don't want people to get bent out of shape if it doesn't moon. I think it's super important for us to understand, excuse me, that it's possible that it's just going to trade flat and it's not going to be too crazy. But again, we're waiting for other catalysts. It's not just the quadruple witching. Quadruple witching is going to tack on. We're just tacking on different things. DTCC rule, quadruple witching, all these things are expiring. Hopefully that second DTCC rule comes into play. And as long as those things keep stacking against those hedge funds, they're going to squirm to get out of their positions. They're going to do these short ladder attacks and all the things that they've been doing. They're going to try to spread FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and try to scare us out of our positions. And, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work in their favor. I don't think it's going to go the way they think it's going to go. Excuse me. And good luck is what I'll say. Let me clear some of these out of this this area here. Let's see how the other movie theaters did, actually. Now that I think about it. Let's see. 3/15/2019. And let's compare it. Gotta look for info on contracts. Which contracts? Okay, 3/15. So here's the 11th. Again, we did see so 500,000 volume on this one. Granted, remember these aren't really the big stocks that we're doing too crazy. Look for squeezes that happen on quadruple witching day. How do I look for that? Like, just Google squeezes that happen on quadruple witching day. So yeah, I mean, look low. I mean, so nothing crazy, and it's not like they had a huge week. I also want you guys to notice that these companies aren't having huge weeks here. It's not like it skyrocketed, and they had the best week of the year. Obviously, they were continuing to grow, and they continued to grow afterwards. But we'd have to see. I mean, I suppose we could look up most heavily shorted stocks. Do you think after the world saw what covering shorts did to GME's price? Do you think after the world saw what covering shorts did to GME's price, that's why they are all failure to deliver now? That's actually a great question. I think they're failure to deliver. It's hard to say why they are failure to deliver. I think with the price going up, as long as the price continues to go up, they didn't want to deliver the shares. I think what they were hoping on is that we would give up and we would get tired, or they'd be able to scare us out of our positions, and it would drive the price down. So my theory, and I'm not sure if this is the running theory, but I think it is, that they just continued to hold, and they kept not delivering the shares because they would rather pay, whether it's, I don't know what the fine is, if they have to pay $100,000 a month or whatever, it's better than losing the billions that they would lose. Okay, and so if they decided, and that's what they can decide. Now, I think they're still waiting for us to give up, and they're going to go for as long as possible, which is why the DTCC rules are going to say, hey, no, 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 enough is enough. You haven't been delivering all this time. There are, who knows, however many millions of tens of millions of shares. It's time to deliver. And they're going to force them. They're going to say, you are, I don't know what'll happen, though. They're saying they're being forced to buy. I mean, they're going to charge them. They have their card on file. I don't know how it works. But yeah, theoretically, they're going to have to pay for the stocks, which is insane, super insane. Right, and they're trying to drive it down. Yeah. So realistically, they'd rather pay the hundreds of let's say, 100,000, for example. I don't know what their actual fine is, but they'd rather pay $100,000 a month or whatever. And if they can drive it down to 20, 30 bucks or whatever, $5-10, then they'll just cover there, because at that point it will have been worth it rather than covering at $200. But I was surprised when they didn't cover whenever it went down to $30 or $40. The theory is they're being too greedy, and that's going to mess them up. So all these different websites are going to have different shorted stocks and stuff. I don't have any money to invest in any of these, so I guess we can just take a look and see who is actually being shorted. They have their card on file. You know what I mean, though? Like, how are they just going to charge them? I guess they have a bank account. They got their, directed, or what is it called? Directed deposit, whatever. They liquidate their assets. Yeah, but again, I don't even know what that looks like. Like, I guess what is liquidating their? They're going to liquidate all of their. Right, but you're telling me, what are they going to do? Go in and they're gonna take their stuff? Like, is this a true government type agency? They're going to come in and they're going to say, "Oh, we're going to sell your desks and your computers and stuff." And like, what the heck does that look like? Like, I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend like I know. So I'm just spitballing here and crazy. Jamie, I'm back, man. I'm trying to make it. I want to be like Trey. So we're gonna do it, man. We're grinding. yeah, I'm gonna say. Now we're gonna charge a card. That'd be so funny, man. So heavily shorted stocks. Now, the thing is these stocks have been on here for I made a video on this, and these have been here for a very long time. I don't know when these were updated. Let's see if any of these have an updated date, short date. I can't even sort this. How can I not sort by anything? I'm supposed to guess which one has the highest? Oh, okay. It's organized by the highest, I suppose. Okay, don't like that one. What's up, Ghosts? Welcome, guys. So let's see if this one. And again, I don't know when this was. We'll do all market caps, I suppose. Ooh, I don't know if we want all market caps. Maybe we'll do just this one, and we'll do organized by share short. See how these all have like conflicting stuff? Does anyone have is there like a website that everyone's using to look at the short interest? I don't even know. No, we're trying to figure out, somebody asked to find what the most shorted stocks are right now. I'm trying to find them, but everything has conflicting numbers. Doesn't make any sense. Who knows? Photography and finance. Smash the like for a chance to win a grand prize. Are you? Wow. I'm so glad. I thank you for offering a prize for the channel. That sounds fantastic. Free photography and finance lessons, I guess, from photography and finance. If you smash that like button. Ortex. I don't have an Ortex account. Mr. Jamie likes up slackers. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I will try Finviz. Oops, I spelled it wrong. And let's take a look at AMC. Let's see what they have here. Short. Hey, short float. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wow, this is pretty legit. I wonder if this matches up. Does anyone know if this is utilization on here? Nah, I guess not. Yeah, I wonder how this compares to Ortex. I'd be super curious. You can never accurately Find the most short stocks. There's some numbers off. Yeah, I think. Yeah, you're right, Jamie. I know some of them are like they're not only they're wrong, they could be old, could be literally a lie, and that's why people also aren't looking at Fintel because apparently, back to your point that we were talking about, Matthew. These guys can just lie and report the incorrect information, and they only get a fine of. I do happen to know that the previous fines were around $120,000, but Citadel, and this was said in the congressional hearing to, that was yesterday. Citadel has violated those rules dozens of times. They don't care about the rules because they'd rather pay the small fine than worry about it. Thank you, Eric. Ortex had, and I've been meaning to get that for you guys. I need to look up how much it costs and stuff. But you know what? You guys are worth it. Diamondback to help towards an Ortex account. Thank you. Me no have money, so we're gonna have to. Okay, we're gonna get it, guys. Don't worry. Hopefully they have a 1 hour trial for the low cost of $2.99. And we'll see what we can do. We'll take screenshots and we'll just be like, yeah, it probably went up a little bit. We'll just speculate. So man, pretty interesting stuff here. So yeah, unfortunately, it's a little difficult to take a look and see what happened with these. Would be nice. Brendan, yes, that's exactly what we were just talking about. The DTCC, remember, they've already passed their first one. So they can. Oh, Matthew. So sorry. So what I was saying is, where's it at? Okay. So the first DTCC rule is, well, there's two of them. The one that says we need to look at your books is in effect. The one that will force them to pay, where they will liquidate their assets, is not in effect just yet. That's, Brendan, you're 100% right. What are they actually going to do about it? I don't think with this first one they can do anything about it. Like $500 a year. Oh yeah, for Ortex, right? Yeah. Let's look up. So, what were we talking about? Right. So, Brendan, back to your point of what, okay, sure. Let's say they can look at their books. What are they going to do? That's the $1 million question. Everybody's so excited about this, but, and I think we should be a little bit excited. Hopefully it's the step in the right direction. I really want to try to give it to these guys and make sure that they do know what they're talking about, or, make sure that they do know that they're trying their best. I really want to, I'm an optimist. I really hope everyone's putting their best foot forward, but realistically, you never know. You never really know what people are doing. So, if they look at their books, I don't know if they say, hey, you're doing this wrong, and they're going to find them more, or they'll continue to find them on a daily. It's so hard to, I don't get how there's no rule about expiring contracts have a buyback. Right. It's crazy. There is a buyback date. Apparently there's two. Apparently for options, there's T+2, meaning they have 2 days to cover their options or to cover their things. But if they don't, they're failure to deliver. And then they were supposed to only have, I believe it's 21 business days to actually cover their positions. But now, right? Yes, yeah. So that's what I'm talking about now. Yeah. So there's that. So they're supposed to. Otherwise, it's failure to deliver. And now if there's a failure to deliver, now they have 21 days to cover. And they haven't been covering for months. So the reason why this is a good thing, I know it sucks to be stuck in here and sitting in it, but the reason this is a good thing is because they're just stacking these higher and higher and higher. They're stacking this cash. So they have think of it as like a pile of cash that they need to put in. And they're going to be forced to put it in, especially with that second DTCC rule. So right now, it really is, in my opinion, a waiting game. Because we need to wait. Right, Brendan, that is what the rule, the other rule, Rule 801 of the TTCC, they will have to cover within an hour if they are asked. That's the new rule. That is not passed just yet. But yeah, so from my understanding, they basically have a stack of cash right now that they're going to have to, and not cash, but they're going to have to buy the shares or whatever, back at whatever price we say. And that's why people are holding, because the higher we can get that price, they're going to have to cover it. And they're going to be forced to with that DTCC rule. And allegedly, they're going to be forced. And whenever they're forced to, that's why we determine the price. Because if there are, let's say their failure to deliver, because there are like tens of millions of shares and no one is selling, we're going to have to agree upon a price. And whenever we agree upon a price, holy smokes, it's going to be nice and high. It's going to be very, very high. Okay. And that's what we're hoping for. And that's how we moon. Whenever they force to cover and we are all holding at $500 on AMC, and it goes higher and higher. And GameStop even higher. Just proportionally. And that's why it's so important for people not, that's why they're saying it's important for people not to sell. But that's the theory of it. Wild. Let's look at some pricing for Ortex really quick. I can do a free trial. $79 a month. Holy crap! This thing is expensive. Trailing looks at it every once in a while. I'd live on this thing. What happens if I don't agree? Too high to cover, but too high to cover, and then what? I don't think I understand your question, Matthew. What happens if I don't agree? DG. What do you mean? Oh, let's take a look. 14.13 in the after hours for AMC. Hey, not bad at all. Brendan's Fun Adventures. Yeah. So, as you guys can see, I'm super passionate about this. It's so important that we understand exactly what is going on, because we cannot continue to we shouldn't be scared. They're going to try some sketchy stuff. They're going to try to scare us out of our positions. But I think as long as you're okay, you'll be good. Not financial advice, my opinion. I'm stating my understanding of basic trade laws. There's a few combos going on in chat. Yeah, I'm getting a little lost. I want to be really, really high. Oh, okay. No worries. When we all agree on a price, right? And I love it. Actually, yeah. Thank you, DG. if you don't agree on a price, guess what? It goes higher and higher and higher. So that's exactly it. So GME or AMC moons to something insane. Oh gosh, but too high to cover, and then what? I'm saying, what happens when they can't cover? So somebody's going to have to cover. Now let's say it's too high to cover. Let's say, and guys, there's a whole theory. Oh my gosh, we'll get into it. Okay, you know what? We're just going to dive deep. And I'm going to sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist. These are not my theories. These are things that I have heard and read. One of these theories was actually on Trey's Trades. He brought a guy on with some very interesting DD. But let's start with one thing at a time. So what happens when they can't cover? Let's say for any reason, let's say Citadel or whatever, right? Let's say this price, let's say AMC, we're just holding, and let's say it truly does go to like $500, okay? Let's say we're holding and it's at $500. At that point, if they can't afford to pay, which I'm sure they would be able to, but if they can't afford to pay, then they're like, oh my gosh, we're actually gonna have to go bankrupt. Like we literally can't afford this. We're gonna have to go bankrupt. At that point, their stuff is insured, and I think it's insured by the DTCC. I can't be 100% sure, but it is insured by somebody, and they're gonna have to cover. So the running theory is the reason why the DTCC is pushing out this rule is so that these companies can't just wait forever, go bankrupt, and then start from scratch. These guys are gonna have to. They're gonna force them to cover, so the DTCC is not on the hook. And that's essentially what's going on. And now there are, okay, here's the craziest one, okay? And this is what the guy on Trey's Trade says, the guy who has the theory of AMC going to 2,000 and why it's not a meme. The guy says it can go to 2,000 and it's not a meme because they're saying that let me think. Okay, so the Biden administration apparently BlackRock, which is the huge hedge fund or whatever, they are the financial advisors to the Biden is administration. And so basically, they would like AMC to Moon and Citadel have to cover this, like have to cover these costs and pay for this as high as possible, because theoretically, if we mooned and we all became millionaires, the short-term capital gains tax would pay off most, if not all, of the national budget debt. Trillions of dollars in taxes that we would be paying to pay off the national budget debt. So again, it sounds it's just follow that there. Okay, just let that sit for a second. Crazy stuff. Welcome, Matt. Welcome to my Corey's conspiracy theories. So BlackRock is government owned, undercover. Okay, so yeah. So that's essentially what's going on. DTCC is insured for $1 trillion. Yeah, it was like either $1 trillion or a couple trillion. It was in the trillions, 100%. It's not. This is not FDIC insurance that we're talking about, 250,000 or whatever it is now. So it's crazy. So I know, guys. Put on your oh my gosh, your tinfoil hats, because that's where I feel like we are now. DG, thank you so much. I appreciate the love for the channel. I'm just working hard, guys. I want to bring you guys this good content. You know, I know some of this is a little very speculative. It sounds kind of crazy, but you know, I'm just presenting to you things that guys, I live it all day, all night, like literally living in all of this. So that's where I'm at right now. Okay. Corey's conspiracy theories. I love it. Wait, how? Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. So that's basically the theory, and you know, it kind of makes sense, because remember, if they're able, you know, if Biden can pay off this national debt with this crazy little scheme that's going on, I call it a scheme, but it's real, like it's pretty crazy stuff, then he would be freaking the most famous president ever. Gosh, it sounds so wild. Okay, sorry about that. So let's see. If we sold and got to say $1 million in profit, how much of that goes to the capital gains tax? We can take a look. If anyone knows off the top of their head, I think it's like 30% capital gains tax or something. Short term. It's short term capital gains tax. I can't really recall. Kevin, I'm going to get to you in just 1 second, my friend. That looks like a good question right there. We have short-term gains ranging from, and I don't know how updated this is. This is on Investopedia. It says ranging from 10 to 37%. If you're single, a single person, I almost said a single male. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. If you're a single person, it's 30. It says up to 37%. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this seems accurate. Here we go then. But now that does depend. If you're married, it's I think a little less. There's a few different rules like that. So Kevin, okay. So Kevin says, okay, with the new DTCC rule in effect, will the hedgies have to purchase the shares in which they paid a fine or interest failure to deliver? How many shares and when? So that's a good question. I don't know if anyone knows the actual shares, but you remember how we got all excited about closing over 801, closing over this, closing over that, and then we've been waiting and nothing really happened. Theoretically, those shares are the ones that are failure to deliver, and those are the ones that they're going to have to give back. Okay, and those shares are adding up. Last I checked, and you can find this on the SEC listing page. Let me see. Do I have it saved somewhere? I don't know if I have it saved, but for mid-February, as of mid-February, it was, and this is before 801, where we had how many millions? I think another 10 million or however many million, over 10 million shares expiring the money. there were over 30 million shares, or $30 million in shares, something like that needed to be purchased. So it is, and it's just growing. It's just growing. Oh snap! Let me see how many shares and when they would have to cover. So with the DTCC rule, if that second one passes, Rule 801, that says, hey, you need to cover this immediately, has to be within 1 hour, unless that gets amended. But that's currently what happens. Yeah, keep in mind, I know we're saying 37% here. Keep in mind, losses will help reduce that not reduce the percentage, but that you subtract losses. Keep in mind also that photography and finance is saying Roth IRA equals tax benefits. Yes, I think you can put in $6,000 and is it? I don't know if it's how the tax works on that, but yes, it's up to $6,000. I don't know if it's tax free or what that goes in there or something. Or I don't know what those rules are. Don't quote me on that one. Okay, Kevin. So good question. So there are two DTCC rules. The one that passed yesterday is the one that says we can look at your books, and that's that. Now, I don't know if anything, looking at your books and making them do something is two different things. They can look at your books and say, hey, you should probably pay these. Or maybe they'll say, hey, you should pay these or we're going to fine you. Or who knows? Or maybe they fake the books. Too many questions that we can't get into. I'm already freaking out myself like I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but we don't know what's going to happen. you guys in these tinfoil hats, man. So that's that rule. We can look at your books. The other rule that we first saw, which is Rule 801. Rule 801 is the one that says, hey, you will have to cover within 1 hour. So that's that. There's two different rules. The one that was yesterday, I've never heard of, but it just kind of, I'm sure it was around first and it passed. Maybe I missed it, but that's what happened. So again, I'm a conspiracy theorist, and make sure you got your tinfoil hats on because it's getting wild in here. So, let's see what else we have going on. Rob says DTT. Excellent point. Thank you, Rob. Thank you so much. Rob says DTCC currently says they have the right or option to check daily. Not that they will. Okay? And that is not what they're, that's not what's going to happen. Let me see. And that's what's going on. So that they have the right, but not the option. But that doesn't mean that they will. You're 100% correct. However, I do think it would be in the DTCC's best interest to act on this. It's looking like a mess, guys. It is looking super sloppy from the SEC, DCCC. It looks like they don't know how to run their ship, and not looking good. So there's that. Aaron says, if I have one contract for AMC at a $10 strike price for 400, it expires on 3/19. If I exercise it, do I get any of the contract money back? I'd like to buy the 100 shares at $10. The 100 shares at $10. That's actually a great question. I've never really exercised the contract. I usually just sell the contracts. So that's a great question. If anyone has an answer to Aaron's question, I would appreciate it. Unfortunately, Aaron, I don't think you would have to pay anything. Actually, I think you would have to buy the shares. I think you would have to still buy the shares. I'm not sure what they would be at. I think they would be at a discounted price. But if anyone can confirm Aaron's question, that'd be super helpful. Thank you, Jamie, for Jamie is my, he's the muscle around here, and I appreciate you guys. One hedgy intern dislike. You guys are too funny, man. Let's see what else we have. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you, photography. Sometimes you guys got to remind me, you know? When is the new rule? So Kevin says, when is the new rule up to be passed or not? Sounds like, also this sounds like we are about to say the largest. Kevin, actually, I know it sounds crazy, but yes, they're talking about, they are, I don't know who they is, but people are talking about this being as possibly the largest redistribution of wealth in history. If this actually pans out, which I don't see why it wouldn't, but man, these hedge funds are playing a different game. They're, man, and that's why I'm hoping on the DTCC rule to really help us to work properly. Webull, yeah, yes. If anybody's interested in the Webull platform I do have a link in the description. It's actually pretty dang awesome. But if you use my link and deposit $100, you do get 2 free stocks. I get a free stock, and this platform is actually pretty cool. So thank you again. Who said that? Who said that? Photography and finance. Thank you so much for keeping me 100. Do I recommend holding GME? I'm not allowed to make recommendations or tell you what to do. GME, I'll tell you this. You know, what is GME gonna do in a month? Are they gonna go up? Are they gonna go down? How are they looking on the 3 month? Look at the 3 month. This is not the 3 month. Where's the 1 month? Let's look at the 1 month. Hey, this, potentially looks like a good chart to you. If you like the chart, then cool. If you don't like the chart, then that's fine. It really depends how high you think it'll run. If you think it's going to squeeze, I don't see why it wouldn't squeeze. There's some interesting things going on. And Keith Gill thinks it's going to squeeze. Deep F in value, and he seems like a pretty smart guy. But I really couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Diamond says, I don't have a telephone. Sold it for more stonks. I think we've all been there, my friend. Rob says, it would be for a public image standpoint, but people only read headlines. So you read DTCC rule, check daily. Everyone will like, okay, we're all good. Follow up and accountability is more important. Yeah, Rob, I mean, I think it's super important. And that's why, it is very important to just make sure we're following up and checking on these things. And I'm trying to bring you guys the latest, most accurate news. And whenever I'm saying something as crazy as these conspiracy theories, I just want to make it crystal clear that these are speculation. I'm telling you what I've heard. But you know what? Some of this stuff just makes sense. And it's a little scary. I guess conspiracy theories usually make sense to some people. Some unique individuals. But we'll see. Chick, welcome. I'm so happy to see you here. Let's see. SEC will not do anything if they did squeeze. It will squeeze same day. Well, that's the question. Apparently there were loopholes and stuff. The question is, and you're right. They could be. Maybe there's some kind of collusion. Maybe they don't want them to pay. Maybe, who knows? They could be in on it. Maybe they're not in on it. It's so hard to see. And whenever the documentary comes out, I'm sure there will be several. Whenever these come out. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Yeah, options are a pain. I wouldn't recommend options unless you and hey, if anybody's thinking about playing options and you already qualify for options and everything, and you're like you want to kind of try dabbling in them, guys, find a cheap stock that is selling options that you can buy some options for $5. And that are just outside of the money. And if you feel like, and you test it, if you want to test it. You can spend $5 and mess around with a little. And this way, at the most, and make sure you do it right, but at the most you could just lose like $5 and your gains are infinite. So, you may want to play around with that. Oh boy. What would you do with your answer, broski? Wait, what's the question? Oh, is that for me? Okay, let's see what Jamie was thinking. Corey, that's what I was wondering. Like, if they're allowed to trade unlimited all day long, who finally steps in and say they're manipulating the stock and can't keep doing it right. So again, this is where that DTCC comes in. Hopefully, and I think the reason all these are getting pushed through is like I said, there's a lot of spotlight. And you know what these hedge funds don't want? You know what the DTCC doesn't want? I would assume is more regulation. They don't want the government in their business. They don't want people looking at stuff. Gosh, here we go with my examples. I don't want follow my example here. Sometimes in these, let's say, mobster movies, if someone is causing too much noise, too much of a ruckus, drawing too much attention, they'll give them up, they'll kick them out, and they'll say, hey, you know what? This is an example to the rest of you. And this is obviously not a mobster movie, I don't think, but think of it. I'm kind of trying to think of the DTCC rule like that. These guys messed up. They got greedy, which we always see in the mobster movies. They got greedy, and we're gonna have to kick them out. I just sound so crazy, guys, but I hope you're following my sentiment, like what I'm trying to say here. And I think that they're gonna try to make an example out of these guys and let everyone know, hey, chill out. Otherwise, look at these guys. They got greedy, and look what happened to them. So that may be what's happening. And you know what? Again, the DTCC doesn't want to cover those however many trillions it may be. So they're going to force them to cover. And if it means they go bankrupt and the DTCC just has to cover a little bit, then so be it. Kevin says, is Webull like Robinhood, meaning they don't actually own the shares and doesn't? I'm not going to lie to you, Kevin. I don't know the exact answer to that. I saw that article on Reddit. I haven't looked into the validity of it. From what I understand, they don't own the cryptocurrency on Robinhood. So not owning the shares seems like a whole different beast, but I really couldn't speculate on that. So I really couldn't tell you. But Webull seems to be... Then again, everyone thought Robinhood was the place, right? But Webull seems to be a pretty good place that people are going to. But I guess only time will tell, huh? Jorah, when is the AMC squeeze? AMC squeeze is TBD. TBD. And that's what I got for you. OG, Mr. Call of Duty says, boo. I thought he said bro, but he said boo. He booed me. So that's okay, no problem. Nothing but love in here. Radium, great question. Great question. Do you have thoughts of why the stocks didn't perform well today? I can't tell you why they didn't perform well today. We are in quadruple witching week, and by definition, quadruple witching week. Let's go to the definition here really quick, my friend. So, as we know, we all know what happens quadruple witching week. If not, I can let you know. But basically, options, index options, futures, and index futures expire all on Friday. And so what this means is, so the pros are pros. Quadruple witching may provide arbitrageurs the opportunity to profit on temporary price distortions. Another pro, increased trading activity volume on witching days, which can lead to gains in the market. Let's look at the cons. There's very little evidence that quadruple witching leads to increased profitability since gains are usually modest. Increased volatility can offer the potential for gains, but losses can be equally evident. And that's your answer. We're in quadruple witching week. Who knows what's going to happen? Tomorrow could be flat. Tomorrow could be down. Obviously, we would love it to be up. Every day we want it to be up. But it's very important to understand that that's what happens. Guys, remember, a few weeks ago, let's go back to a few of these stocks. Okay? There were, in the past few weeks, there was that tech correction, that market correction. A lot of stocks went down. And when those stocks went down, stocks go up, stocks go down. The whole market crashed on March 18th. It just plummeted. And so we're going to have up days. We're going to have down days. Sometimes the market looks very similar, and sometimes it doesn't look similar. Look at all the stocks I have pulled up on my side. Look, every single stock is down. Every single stock. There are a few stocks that were up. AMC, TCAT, which is a freak of nature, and Upstart, JFIN, a few of these. There are three that were up, or four that were up on the day here. And that's just what I have on the side. But it just wasn't a good day in the market. That's okay. Maybe tomorrow's better. And you know, if you're playing these stocks trying to win every single day, you're never going to be happy. You have to understand, where am I going to be in 1 month? Where am I going to be in 6 months? You know, you got to play these a little bit longer. Stock market is not a lotto ticket that you scratch off and you're going to get paid tomorrow. So you need to be ready to hang out for a little bit. Kevin Webb, I appreciate your responses to my questions, big dog. Lastly, can we see how many puts will be in the money tomorrow based on closing price? Thanks again, man. Kevin, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at the oh, you want to see the puts will be in the money. Interesting. Okay. We have not looked at the puts quite yet. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's look at the puts. I'm a bull, so I'm always looking at the the calls, who's going up. So all good. So let's see what we have here. So puts that are in the money here. I mean, the only thing about the puts is, like, there's really not that many. Man, they have some. Man, people will really. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. My goodness. So not that many. Not that many here compared to the calls. I think more people. Look how many people are banking on this to go back to $5. Holy smokes! This is gonna be crazy. This is a lot. Is a heck of a lot. But as you can see, you know, nothing too crazy here. But up here, there's a lot up here. There's a lot of money. Looking at the calls, though. Looking at the calls. Look at all these calls in the money. Looking super good. Now, if we can get over here, that $15 strike price, if you've been around, I've been saying this all day for the past 3 days, I would love to end above $15. Remember, one contract is 100 shares. You multiply all these numbers times 100, and you will be sitting pretty. These are a lot of shares. So, if we can get all these shares in the money, man, that would be so huge. That would be so huge. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Sometimes I'm just behind, guys. I'm super behind. Worst stock of the day, CCIV. We can look at the worst stock of the day. Top losers. So yikes. Let's see what else we have. I think I missed a few. Yes, guys. I'm sorry. The stream. What happened? It's my fault. I've tried to read every single chat, and so that's what happens to me. So I get a little behind whenever it comes to what's actually going on. So keep that in mind. So taking a look. Let's see what Harry says. Photography and finance says, where will I be in 5 to 10 years? That is a great question, man. I hope that you're somewhere in a great place very, very soon, my friend. Sound kind of weird. Harry says, have you seen that Guru Focus has the short interest at 292.53%? No, I don't think I'm not sure if I've heard of Guru Focus. There's all these sites, man. Everybody has their different site. And the question is you know, so many questions. What's everybody using to trade crypto? I'm not sure how to read this website. Let's take a look. I have to subscribe. It says it should be. Yeah, unfortunately, I guess I don't know how to use this website. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing anything here. Kevin says Daddy needs a Lamborghini. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much. Trying really hard. Okay, Rob says, here's a serious question. Why did you invest? Why did you invest? AMC still is comfortable within pre-COVID price. If it's a squeeze profit you're looking for, if it's a squeeze for profit you're looking for, you can't time. But if it's pushing hedge back, then just hold. Yeah, I mean, realistically, the sentiment there is to hold. Hold and be bold. Man, I just made that up. I just made that up. Looks like Harry's on Coinbase. Actually, Coinbase seems to be super popular whenever it comes to crypto. Best stocks to buy for tomorrow open. That is a hard question to answer. No one can really tell you. You know, I'm sure we have a lot of AMC and GameStop people here who would probably recommend those stocks. So kind of hard to tell. But let's see. I mean, it really depends on AMG. I actually can't tell you what to chanting. Thank you, Diamond. So AMG, I can't really tell you what to invest in, my friend. I'm actually like not allowed to. You know, I am bullish on a few stocks. And there's a lot of other people that are bullish on a few stocks. You know, you want to make a little money, you want to make a lot of money. Or money making not guaranteed. Asterisk. Jamie likes Riot. Jamie has been talking about Riot for a long time. Super bullish on Riot. Keeps buying Riot calls, you know. A lot of people in here buying AMC. They like AMC. Looks like we have a Zom. Jeffrey likes Zom. Jamie extremely bullish on Riot. Hopefully it prints. Harry, absolutely. I think the easiest way might be my Twitter in the description. Question mark. Question mark. Guys, I'm going to create a Discord. That's one of the things I'm going to do this weekend. I want to create a Discord, and we're going to do some cool things in there. I'm gonna figure it out, but yeah, we'll do some cool things. This way, you guys can. We'll see if you guys can like send me links and stuff. I don't know. We'll have to see. Matt Romero, I want to make stupid money. Stupid money is why we are here. If you're trying to make stupid money, we are. Eric says, there we go. I think everyone here is bullish on AMC. AMC is looking mighty fine, like a nice little snack, and that's what we were trying to do. You know what I mean? SK, hey man, great job on the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It is not easy. I've been streaming all day since 30 minutes before the bell, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. Jamie, don't let people tell you AMC is the best stock because it's the cheapest. It's a nice stock, but because it's cheap is a bad ideology. There we go. Heard it from Jamie. So Jamie does have other stocks that he likes. So, you know, really, and at the end of the day, you know, here's a bunch of options. Make the decision that's best for you. You know, do a little bit of research, choose something that you're gonna like to be in, and you're gonna like to hold. Like, you're not gonna be afraid to lose the money. You know, but it is a risk. You have to be ready for it. Rob says, I worked for GameStop and do not believe in the old company. Okay. The catalyst is Cohen, and if he can shift it to e-commerce, they will be successful. There we go. That's what Rob is saying. And I think, Rob, I like that sentiment. I think that's a good point. E-commerce is the way to go. And, I think they are shifting it there, and hopefully it works for them. I really hope it does. I do feel more comfortable. I was saying this earlier. I feel more comfortable purchasing like stuff through like GameStop. That would make me feel good. You know, obviously we can buy graphics cards on Amazon and stuff like that, but there's some cool things about being able to return at a store if they continue with their brick and mortar store. Some cool stuff you can do. Oh, thank you so much. Let me see if I can figure out how to get on my what is this thing called? My Twitter. Just bear with me one moment, guys. Let me get logged in over here. Where we at? Let's see. So notifications, mentions, Eric sent me the borrow rate. This was a few days ago. Sorry, Eric. I obviously don't pay attention here. Let's see what else we got. Hype. That was good commentary. Did you send me a message? Home. Gosh, I can't even see where your message was. Don't tell me that, Diamond. Not TCAT. Dang, trying to send it to you on Twitter, but can't direct message. Should I just at you? Yeah, just go ahead and at me and put the link. That's fine, man. No worries. I don't. I really don't have many people on there, anyways. Just you guys, and you're probably in here, anyways. Oh, I'm sorry, Hussein. I skipped you, my friend. Riot always bounces back. Did you have another question? Buy AMC, I will. Mohammed, put it back in here, man. Don't worry. Don't worry if I'm skipped you. I'm sorry. Go ahead and put it back in there, man. I'll be happy to do that. Sean, I haven't looked into Decentraland just yet. I meant to look into it. I have it saved, but haven't looked into it just yet. No excuses. No excuses. Okay, I'm looking for your message. Let me know whenever you did link it, Harry, and I'll be happy to take a look. TCAT, let me take a look at TCAT. There's no way the stock is continuing. Are you kidding me? Diamond, you got in here? Dude, you're braver than I am, and it's going to pay off. Congratulations. Twitter is in the description. It's just, is it a buy? Just all together. Let me get this pulled up here. Just bear with me one moment. Let's see what we have. Oh, the God Pill. Wait a second. I know. I've heard of you. Weren't you on Trey's Trades or something, man? Wait, are you advertising in my stream? Wait, what? What just happened? Literally just added it to you. Okay, let me see if I can see it. Notification. Did get a notification. Here we go, baby. Thank you so much. Let's copy link location. Let's take a look-see. Okay, here we go. So let's see what we got. Thank you for the support, Godpill. I do appreciate it. Let's see. GME. So, oh gosh, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Okay, so float percentage of total shares outstanding is the, okay, so they talk about how they get the calculation. This is for GameStop. And so shares outstanding, okay, 39.12 as of today. Now, granted, you know, just to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, you know, we have seen that some of these guys are just getting a bunch of different, one second, guys, I'm sorry. Okay, so that's all right. Let's take a look. GameStop's insider ownership, institutional ownership. That's a lot. Dang, percentage flow. Now the only thing is, I don't know. I guess it seems like it's updated every day. I hope this is accurate. Like the only thing I get so nervous because some of these numbers, they haven't been updated for like a month. Some of these numbers haven't been updated since like I see a lot of numbers that haven't been updated since the end of 2020. So, but hey, this is pretty interesting stuff. Let me go back a little bit. Serafina, I got you. You have my Twitter. Let's see. Rob says they. So GME tried doing pop figures as, oh gosh, okay, we're talking about Funko Pop. Okay, let's see. Jeffrey, I appreciate it. Jeffrey was here for the content now, but good vibes for sure. I appreciate that. We are trying to just good vibes. You did miss my conspiracy theory rant, so so hopefully, yikes. But we'll see what happens. A lot of this is running on sentiment and momentum. Yeah, but Rob, on top of that, I think there is remember, I think there is a technical setup here. There's a technical setup of shorts being out of position and putting themselves in a vulnerable position to be on the side of a short squeeze. And who was it? Mark Cuban. Was it Mark Cuban? Yeah, I think Mark Cuban said he's been on both sides of a short squeeze. And he's either made a lot of money or lost a lot of money, or something like that. So something like that. Great. Awesome. Oh gosh, Jeffrey, I don't think you want to watch the conspiracy theory stuff. It got a little crazy. People put on their tinfoil hats, and it was wild. So we'll have to see. Harry says it uses data that we don't get to use or see. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. I'll leave this up on the screen a little bit. Pretty interesting stuff. You can see how they calculate it. So total percent of float. Guys, this percentage right here. So correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, with this being over, remember, percentage of float, short percentage of float. Remember, shouldn't there only be 100% of the float? That's like the entire amount of shares that's available. So that's why these numbers are so huge. Like this kind of stuff shows you that the squeeze is still on from a technical standpoint. And I think it was actually Jamie, who's here right now, really pointed out to me that this isn't a matter of where do we think the company is going to be in 5 years, and like, you know, is GameStop going to make it? Is AMC going to make it after this momentum dies down? You know what I mean? Are they going to be able to transition into profitable companies? That's not what this is about. What this is about is a technical position to squeeze the shorts because they are over the short. They are over the amount that was allowed to be shorted, and and since the price is going up, whenever you're in a short position, your losses are unlimited. Shorting is one of the most riskiest things you can do because if stocks continue to go up, you're going to lose a lot of money, in literally infinite amount of money. So you got to be super careful with that. Andrew, I did not know this. Paris just locked down for up to a month. I don't think for a second they won't try to lock us down if COVID-19 spikes again. I agree with you. That's something I am a little nervous about. I do think that as these theaters start to open, I'm afraid they're going to say there's going to be the headline. I see it right now. COVID outbreak in AMC theater, and that is going to scare people from the price. It's going to drop, but you know what? I still think we're going to continue to go up, and I think it'll continue to rise. I really do. That's my opinion. Let's see. Jamie says they'll definitely try to lock us down again. Yeah, I mean, it's very real, guys. You know, I'm not trying to trick anybody Ignas, I'm sorry. As you can see, this is going very quickly. Just haven't gotten to your question yet, my friend. Just be a little bit of patience, guys. I'm trying to read everybody's thing. I'll read your question. Don't worry, my friend. So, serious question: should I sell all my Nokia and Starboard Value and continue buying more AMC? I currently have 400 shares of AMC. My friend, we cannot tell you what to do. Man, some people are so impatient. I'll say this, my friend. I can't tell you what to do. You do what you do what you would like to do, man. And I hope that you make a good decision. But what you have to think about, we can't tell you to hop on board or anything like that. I literally am not allowed to tell you. What you need to think about is it going to be worth it? Trace Trade tweeted this today, and you know what? This is I really like his point. He said Fidelity bought in with over 500,000 shares in one account with an average price of $13.26. If they bought AMC that high and aren't worried, why should you be? And I'll leave it with that. Do you think Nokia is going to outperform AMC? If you do, then great. Hold Nokia, and good for you. Hold it strong. If you don't think it's not gonna print, then hop on something else. If you and some people they'll hop over somewhere else, let it print, and then hop back. So you have a few different options. I really can't tell you what to do, but that's what you got to do. You have to make a few decisions there. Let me see. I'm almost caught up on chat. Just trying to keep going. Harry says, I don't know if it's possible. But has anyone mapped the FTD days on the GME chart? No, I mean, I don't know if anyone's mapped those days. I mean, it's so tricky to catch up with some of these things. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. I'm on board. I personally think it's worth it. Hey, if you think it's worth it and you're confident in it, then stick true. Stay true to it. If you believe in it, I've stayed true. Anyone could come in right now and say, the CEO of AMC could come in and say, hey, I don't think y'all should buy the stock. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, no, Hedgie, I'm going to hold the stock. And that's what I'm going to say. Corey, give us financial advice. Nothing is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Thank you very much. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Just trying to get to everybody, trying to make sure everybody's taken care of. Heard they're bringing back Snake 2. Snake 2. Smash that like button for the apes. You guys are crazy. You guys are wild. We're going to do karaoke with Corey. Man, we have some cool names. The only thing I can't think of is a cool name for my dang community. Corey's community. No edge. Can you check out the short shares available? Oh man, I tried looking at short shares before and I was unsuccessful. TCAT short. The only thing I can look at is Fintel. Yeah, and here it is, sure enough. We'll see. With a grain of salt. So we'll see if there's anything here. I'm sure this is probably what you're looking at also, yeah. And maybe that's what's going on. Maybe this is... Who knows? Maybe this is accurate. Maybe it's not. Who knows? How do you not follow Trace Trades, bro? Who doesn't follow Trace Trades? Any thoughts on costs? I'm not really sure. We can take a quick look. Beers with that Hooters. Thank you very much, man. Great. Harry, Fintel, or iBardesk for shorts available. Yeah, they're usually fairly similar. I did like that they're a little bit different, but it seems like it just doesn't work. Andrew, my friend, he knows too well. Oh my gosh, you guys. Let's take a quick look at costs. Okay, Koss Corporation is engaged in the design, manufacture, and sale of stereo headphones and related accessory products. The company operates in the audio-video industry segment of the home entertainment industry. It markets a line of headphones, wireless Bluetooth wireless Bluetooth speakers, computer headsets, telecommunication headsets. Okay, so all these different kinds of things. You know what? I'm actually starting to like this, and I'm going to tell you what I like about this. There's also, so they do a lot of different stuff, and this is actually pretty cool. I'll tell you right now. Remember, we're at an age of like at home stuff, and I'm worried that this train may have left, unless you know something I don't know. But like whenever it comes to like speakers and like computer headsets and all these Bluetooth and like telecommunication headsets, this was a big thing. And when people were going at home, remember, they needed headsets, they needed computers. There's still a computer shortage, from my understanding. And like especially gaming computers, it is ridiculous how you can't do it. But Harry, I might have Fintel on the Twitter. The follow icon was blue. I think I missed your question. Ask me again, Harry. I'm sorry, I may have missed it. So I did like this a while ago. Now, and I don't know about this particular stock, but I don't know if the train is left yet, but let's take a look and see what we have going on. Let's look at them annually. So annually gross profit. Remember, this isn't a full picture, but I want to see what they're doing. So they're staying around even for their gross profit year over year. Now the question is, what I've been noticing is, like, look here, research and development costs. So these guys are investing in themselves. It looks like they may be doing. So I'm going to take a little look at this, but what you need to see is, are they investing in themselves? The profit is not the only thing to look at. There are a lot of other different things to make sure that is going on. So take a look at Trace Trades. He's following me on IG or just YouTube. I know he's following me on YouTube, but I don't know what else. So financials. Okay, so yeah, just look at the whole picture here. See if they're not super profitable, where could that money be going? Institutional ownership. Okay, so just under 10%. I do like a lot of institutional ownership. So this is not really my favorite that I've seen. Even AMC has like 20%. So you have to see if there's any kind of news, stuff like that. Any analyst, no analyst predictions. Let's look at them on the 3-month. Okay, so here's the question. What was this? This looks like some kind of crazy squeeze. This looks like a true short squeeze. Like this one. Notice how it went from $1, $4, $5 to $175 in a few days. This is like a true short squeeze, and this is something that is important to keep in mind. Like, is this done? Are they going to have another? And I don't mind this. Don't get me wrong. They're trading kind of sideways, right? And I don't mind this one bit, okay? Because what this tells me is that they've had their big thing. The hype has died down. Is there going to be another hype? If there's going to be another hype and it's going to skyrocket, then that'd be great. That'd be so great. Go ahead and make your own decision. But if you're into the stock, then great. But you have to be able to answer those questions. Are they still? Are they doing something different than in the market? Are they a super? I think I've heard of them, but how good are they? How big are they? Are they selling to companies? Are companies using them individually or using them exclusively? A few different questions you have to ask yourself. But if you're like, hey, there's going to be this news catalyst on this day, they're about to release this product, it's going to be better than the Bose, this, that, and the other, then then that's your decision. Let's see if I can get back to you, Harry. I don't see a question. Who had the question? Harry. I was in a room once with my boss, and a hedgie was selling him on the fact that a hedgie can kill my boss's competition. Next year, the opposition was bankrupted. Don't take my word on it. Just look up steel suppliers that went bankrupt in the UK. Tata Steel. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. Brian, what are your thoughts on the DTCC ruling? Did this pass? Brian, you gotta. Well, that's all right. Welcome to the stream. I did just cover this, but I'm more than happy to cover it again because I would love to drive this point home. DTCC rule, there are two rules. The first one that we saw was Rule 801. Rule 801 has not passed yet. That's the one that says they will have to cover within an hour, kind of like a margin call. They'll be forced to cover. The other rule is the one that happened yesterday, just passed. It did pass. That one says we get to look at your books and you have to report to us within, as soon as we ask, within the day or whatever. And that one did pass. So the first one says, and so now what we have is so right now what we know is they can look at their books. But what does that mean? Can they force them to act on their books? Not quite yet. Maybe they can threaten them and say, hey, if you don't fix these, then you're going to have to pay. Or who knows if they're handing them fraudulent books, fixed books. It's hard to tell. But And that may not be the case. Maybe they are looking at the true books and hopefully it really works out the way it's intended to. But until that other one is passed, that other one that is not passed yet says, hey, says that they will be allowed to liquidate their assets and force them to basically close their positions and to pay. So we need this other one to pass, because until this one passes, we're going to be, we won't be there just yet. But if we can get both of them to pass, which one of them already did, then we'll be sitting very, very well, in my opinion, hopefully. How short shares available for AMC is BS. I don't bother looking at it. Right? Yeah, I'm not really looking at those anymore. I just feel like we'll know. It's I'm flying on faith right now. That's your job. Grain of salt, right? And remember, guys, these short shares, as we've seen, Citadel has violated the rule of passing through this information. They can give false information essentially, because they just get a small fine, and that's what we saw. We've seen this. Citadel has violated that rule. They said it in the congressional hearing. It was over a dozen times. I think it was over dozens of times. So they're willing to pay it because somehow it just saves them a lot of money, and we've seen it. They really don't care. It's a small fee to pay whenever you're dealing in billions of dollars. So that's it. Trody, I don't know anything about that. Motors. I will say I'm wary with these with these different companies. I don't know if they're doing EVs or what, but I guess we can look at the profile. Electric vehicles, yes. I'm very wary with these electric vehicles. NIO had a pump. And NIO, I think they actually have cars and are legitimate. But remember Nikola? Excuse me. Nikola pumped up and then it just dropped. And so, because why? They don't have any cars. Apparently, it was all I don't want to say a facade, but it's all a concept. And everyone loves to look at a pretty concept. But whenever it comes out that you don't have a single car developed, it's all a pipe dream. Then that's whenever you get this kind of chart like this, and it's just looking scary. So hopefully you didn't get in too early. But hey, you know what I do like about this? These guys may have found a bottom. Look how long they've been draining. They've been just free falling. So if these guys do find a bottom here and they bounce, I would wait for a bounce and for them to stabilize and respect the level of support. And if they do respect that, that may be a good entry point. And if you already have a position and it starts to bounce and it holds, that may be a good time to start averaging down. This way you can really get in a good place. But these EVs, everyone's coming out with EVs today. So you need to make sure that they're going to be able to penetrate the market when they're going to launch. And there's a few different questions that you need to make sure you're asking yourself to see. 25% institutional ownership. I do like that. I wonder if NIO is in here. 36% institutional ownership. Let's see if Nikola 20% institutional ownership. So you know what? Ride looking a little bit better than Nikola. We got our two best friends in here. Vanguard and BlackRock always sitting together, and FMR. Hey, FMR has been sitting with Vanguard and BlackRock. So interesting stuff. Could be a good play, but you really need to play this at the right time and see where it's gonna settle. Look, it had a huge run from $10 back in the day, and then it ran up and down, super volatile, and now hopefully settling again. And so if you think it's going to go up, this may be a perfect time to entry. But again, that's your call. The technicals look like they may be there, though. Jamie says, about the DTCC, Corey, with waiting on that second bill to pass, yeah, that would be huge, but probably won't happen. The first bill is already huge now, though, because now the DTC can be held responsible, so they want to. Yeah, I mean, that one hasn't passed just yet. There's speculation. We're all hoping that it's going to pass within the next few days. I did see a post on by Hey It's Pixel, and they said that we're going to hear back from it on Friday. I obviously Hey It's Pixel. I don't think is a financial advisor or anything. Doesn't work for the SEC. Just a very renowned Redditor. But hopefully that works out for them. Hopefully they're able to explain exactly what is going on. I'm going to take a sip of water. If you guys are liking the content, please don't forget to like. That really helps me out with that YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to cover this stuff all the time for you guys, so consider subscribing if you want to see the most up-to-date content. Rob says, forget the vehicles right now. Focus on the technology. Harry says, I have a theory. These shorters are trying to hide all the shorts in a different hedgy to limit the damage exposure. Thoughts? Harry, I've had these different kinds of theories as well. For all I know, let's say they have X amount of money on shorts, and for all we know, they put a call in, and then they just equal out all their losses. I mean, there's a lot of different options that I see going through my head. And who really knows the answer, For all we know, they can, offset their position, write it up, and then they can just double short it whenever it goes back to, to have a correction essentially. And who knows? So a lot of speculation in there. I try not to think of all this crazy stuff too much. There's a bunch of different ways, that they could try to do it if they try to hide their money somewhere else and then go bankrupt. Who really knows what they're going to really try to do? Again, that's one of my crazy conspiracy theories, but who really knows? Rob Jackson, great channel, sir. I appreciate it, Rob. Thank you very much for the support. Trody, thank you so much for the answer. Helped a lot. Dropped a like and a sub. I appreciate that, Trody. Anytime. I'm always happy to talk stocks. Jamie says, I don't want to jinx it, but is this the first time in at least a week we haven't seen hedgies GME be attacked hard in after hours? Yeah, I mean after hours, but during the day, I mean, geez, these guys are coming hard enough, so thank goodness. Mike says, can you publish that clip about you talking about GRIL? Want to show it to my friend. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where that clip is. I may just do a little video on it. And talking about it probably over the weekend or something. So I don't know. Just check back or make sure you're subbed so you don't miss the video, and we'll see. I'm probably going to use this weekend to come out with a few videos. Man, this never ends. Work never ends. That's all right. It's a good time, guys. I'm sure it'll pay off. Just trying Wolfpack. JT just trying Wolfpack. Okay, I love it. They said they're hiding a lot of their shorts through ETFs. This is true. This is what we've been seeing. They're able to short the ETFs, which has an effect on the stocks, and which has been theorized why the stocks are mirroring each other. Chris Michael says, good day, sir. Please, which broker do you recommend for stock market? I am new here, sir. Hey, welcome to the community. Welcome to the I wish I had a cool name like Corey's. Welcome to Corey's captains, Corey's something. But welcome to the community. A lot of people were on Robinhood, me included. Robinhood was absolutely fantastic, but as we saw, Robinhood, whenever it came push to shove, Robinhood did not care about our best interests. They halted trading. So a lot of people hopped off. You know, as much as I loved it, out of principle, I had to hop off as well. I am on Fidelity and Webull. I do like Webull a whole lot. This is Webull right here. This is version 4. This is the whole desktop version, which is pretty neat. And what you can do is like you can look at, obviously you can look at the chart, you can move it around, you can, like, I'm scrolling in and out, super easy to use. You can change the time, you can use options, you can look at the your profile, see what they do, website, look at all their financials, institutional ownership, news catalysts, what analysts are saying. If they had a dividend, I mean, a whole bunch of information. I freaking love it so much. I do have a link in the description if you would like to use Webull. If you use it and deposit $100, you do get 2 free stocks, and I get a free stock. So it could be something, you know, if you want to try it out, feel free. If you don't, no problem. There's a bunch of other ones. I don't like Fidelity so much, especially on your phone and stuff. It's just, this one is nice and easy. The only thing I wish you could do is like, compare. So before, what you could do, like on Robinhood, one of my favorite features is, you know, on mobile, you put your thumb like on this side, and then you put your thumb on this side, and it would tell you how much it increased or decreased over a percentage. And like here, I can't really drag, like I can't see what the percentage from, let's say, down here to here is. Like I can't hover it and show my percentage. That's the only thing that I don't like about this. Everything else about this is way more advanced and way cooler. But I appreciate it. Welcome. GRIL is so undervalued. If you like GRIL, if you like the concept like of kind of what they're doing I was gonna say check out, like, you may like HCMC kind of in what they're doing, but it's a different business completely. But the kind of how they have the stores and this and that is very similar to HCMC, you may want to consider. I do have a position named HCMC, but I do have a video on it as well. If you want to check that out, you may like it. And I'm going to do a similar analysis to GRIL as I did to HCMC. It's like I said, it's a pretty similar. Their structure, their business structures, is kind of similar, so it'll be kind of like that. Okay, Troy. Here's my theory. This is what Troy says. Here's my theory. I've been shorting the entire markets to build up capital to pay for the squeeze. They've been shorting the entire markets to build up capital to pay for the squeeze. Troy, interesting theory, my friend. Jojo, Jojo says, I hope a hedgy whistleblower will come forward. You know, whenever all this stuff happened with Robinhood, on Reddit, there were these posts about, hey, I work for Robinhood. We don't know if they're true. We don't know if they're fake. So, but they said, I heard that Robinhood got a call from so and so and said to shut down trading, to stop trading for these stocks. Who knows if it's true? It sounds a little conspicuous, but they said, I wish I could quit, but I can't because I need to pay my bills, blah, blah, blah. The post, it actually seemed pretty legit, but I don't know. It's all speculation. I really don't want to get too much into it, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Okay, Troy. Oh, man, I'm really far behind. Corey's Capitalists. Corey Capital. Corey's World. Oh, gosh. Sarah, I know you want that video. I got you. Muscle Maker restaurants are so good. You guys work for Muscle Maker restaurants by chance? You guys you guys the CEO? You guys the owners? I ran out of a fingernail to buy. Can I buy yours? Consider looking at CTXR, their history and news popping up. I can take a quick look. I looked at CTXR earlier, I think. Yeah, pharmaceuticals. And let me see what they do. Blood. Oh, yes. Oh, this is the catheter one, right? Yes, catheter related. Yeah, hey, I did like what they were creating. Unfortunately, I don't really know the market, so it's super important to make sure you understand who the competitors are, why their product is better, this and that, and just making sure that, you know, make sure it's cost efficient. Make sure Corey Gaines. Ooh, I like that. Oh, by the way, guys, so much love. Cory. Just so you guys know. So anyways, so yeah, this stock is cool. Like, the question is are they going to be better? For example, one that we've been looking at is Sensionics, and you don't have to know what they do or anything, but Sensionics does blood glucose monitoring. So they have it's called the CGM, continuous glucose monitoring system, for people like with diabetes or something. And you put it, they put it on their arm, and it lasts. Their newest one that is undergoing FDA approval lasts 180 days, right? And other people have, these monitoring systems, but they only last, the most right now is, I think Dexcom, they're working on one for 60 days or 90 days or something, right? So this one's going to be longer. But the catch is, with the Sensionics one, while it seems much, much better, they still have to do finger pricks twice a day with their current one, which is the 90-day system. And they'll still have to do one fingerprint prick a day for the 180-day system. So if they want to... So, that kind of defeats the purpose, in my opinion, for the continuous glucose monitoring system, because I don't want to do the finger pokes. That's why I thought people would get away from it. So everything, it lasted longer, it was more accurate, everything was better, except for those finger pricks. But if they can fix the finger pricks, they're going to be better. So you need to ask yourself those kinds of questions, those kinds of in-depth questions about if this catheter system is better. What's the alternative? You got to think about those things. No problem, guys. I just wanted you guys to know, because I know, just in case. Let's see what's going on. You guys, I know, guys, trust me, I heard Corey in the house from like Disney. Oh my gosh, all the time. Such a pain. Remember, Rob, 100%. Remember, never invest more than you're willing to lose. Do you own any GRIL? I don't currently. Pop, I appreciate the like and the scrub. Apes together strong. Yeah, differing opinions on the stocks. Whether you think AMC's done, GameStop's done, just you can give your opinion and just say why. Say, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't, like, if you think AMC isn't going to do well, then why not? Let's have a conversation. Let's just not like rag on stocks. Question: did you ever buy HMNY? No, I don't know which one that is. Sensionics, yep. I just talked about Sensionics. Jibber, I think that's why you shouted that. So hopefully you were there for that. I do like Sensionics. I do have a position in it. I just hope that they can fix those calibrations. If they can fix those calibrations, it's going to be fantastic. I think, and even if they don't, I think they'll still steal away some of that market share. I really do. Raider, no need to spam, my friend. We will get to all the stocks. I'm just reading. I want to make sure everybody's taken care of. Let me take a look at this stock for you. I don't know if it was a joke. HMNY. No, I don't know about this. I really don't dabble in too many OTCs. Just HCMC. Let's see. Suite of predictive analytics with technology, guys. This stuff can be like groundbreaking. See what they're using it for. See what they're trying to predict. But these kinds of spikes are insane. Gibber says there's no way in heck that AMC is worth less than a large bag of popcorn. Hey, I'm with you. My price prediction for AMC by the end of the year is $25 to $30. That's my prediction by the end of the year. That's without the squeeze. So I'm sitting pretty. I'm holding strong, diamond hands, and we'll be in this. We'll be in this together, guys. I'm here every day. We can talk about it. Let me get to you, my friend. KPTI. Let's see what's going on here. Let me take a sip while this pulls up. Thank you all for hanging out with me, man. I appreciate all of you guys. I really do. If you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like, if you're liking the content, consider subscribing. We'll have a good time. I like Pharma. I do like Pharma. A lot of these guys have big runs. They do have big rips, but sometimes they have big dips. So we will have to see. Jibber, you got a great average price on AMC. That is excellent. Great job. I bet you bought that $5 because you knew it was worth it, and I knew it was worth it too. And a lot of people, I don't know, they didn't do it. Like this man's video. Thank you, Derek. Let's take a look. Welcome, Damien. Welcome, Damon. I can't read. It's not his fault he can't read. Okay, so let's take a look at KPTI really quick. Company is focused on the discovery, development, commercialization of drugs directed against nuclear export and related targets for the treatment of cancer and other diseases. Okay, so this kind of stuff is fantastic. I see what they're doing. They're talking about the different things that they do. Now the question is this and remember, there's a company called QuantumScape. QuantumScape is trying to do they're trying to create solid state batteries, which sounds so fantastic. If you ever look up a solid state battery, I really like this company, but their idea is just a concept right now. Now the question is I really don't have time to look at all of their research and everything for this company. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. You need to be able to answer these. And if your answer is like, hey, this is going to be, if you can answer these questions and you're confident, then hey, this could be great. Take a look. Oh, sorry. I'm reading Harry's message. I'll take a look at it in a second, my friend. Don't let me forget. So what's happening here is this stock, are they going to be able to really achieve this? How close are they? Are they going to trials? Are they going here? Are they going there? Let's take a look at the financials. Gross profit over quarterly continuous in improvement, so not bad at all. Let's take a look annually. Annually up, profitable, moving up, not bad. Let's take a look at the institutional ownership. I like institutional ownership. I like a lot. And boom, there we go. We got the best friends. You're my best friend. We got BlackRock and we have Vanguard. These guys love to hang out together, and I like both of those investors. Okay. So we have to think, is there a news catalyst coming up? Okay, what are the analysts saying? Analysts, we like it whenever they're good. We don't like them whenever they're bad. These guys, we like it. It's looking good. But if it was the other way around and the analyst thought it was going to be a $2 price, then we wouldn't like it so much, would we? So keep that in mind. Let's take a look at how it's doing over 6 months. 6 months. Hey, So now my question is, why did it drop? It's been doing good for so long. Let's look at it on 1 year. Why has it been dropping? It's been stepping down. It steps down, settles, steps down, settles, steps down. And, is it going to settle? Is it going to come back up? Is it going to just keep dropping? You need to be able to answer those questions. What makes this product or these products, better than what's out there right now? Do we think that's actually going to work? How long are you going to have to wait until it works? There's a lot of different questions that you need to ask yourself. I like the Pharma because you always see that they have the biggest profits. They just skyrocket and they'll hold in a lot of the cases. But you need to understand that, are they going to be successful? That is the question. Mohammed, yes. Mohammed says, I am so fatigued with this GME squeeze. There's a lot of fatigue. This is what they want. This is why they're not delivering their shares. This is why they're holding and trying to play games with us, trying to drive down the price. They don't want us to hold anymore. They want us to get tired. They want us to get scared. They want us to quit. And so, you gotta see. Okay, chat's going fast, and I'm just rambling on. I told my boy Harry that I would answer him. He asked me a question. Howdy, everybody. Howdy, man. Oh, no. I hate it when this happens. Dude, my monitor really freaking sucks. All right. Give me a second. Hold on. This is such a pain. All right, 1 second, guys. Let me get reorganized here. My bad. Let's just close this one. Such a pain in my butt. All right, we are back. I'm sorry about that. My screen just cuts out. Such a pain. All right. Where was Harry's question? Harry. Could you look at CGC? Let me take a look for you, my friend. CGC. Man, spelling is hard. Howdy, but what's for dinner? What is for dinner? I had this right here. I made myself a meal prep of like Southwest chicken. So it was super easy. I put it in an Instapot. It was actually pretty fantastic. Super easy recipe. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Let's take a look at this stock for you, my friend. Canopy Growth. This is cannabis, right? Medical. Oh yeah, formerly okay. So multi-brand cannabis company. Okay, no problem. So cannabis. So here's the deal. I wish I had better answers for you. I don't know too much about weed, in any sense. So, I do know that there was a jump. Mohammed, we'll get to you in just a second, my friend. I know that there was a jump, and obviously we all saw, right? This is what we saw. It went up, came down. This one doesn't look like it retraced as hard as others. I guess 50% is pretty rough, but you just really have to know. I really can't give you too much insight on this. But again, you got to think of those questions. What I'm worried about is, oh man, Vanguard, no BlackRock. Oh, I wonder if BlackRock doesn't invest in these. Interesting, because it's cannabis. This is very rare to see them by themselves. So, are they going to... So, for weed, I've been asking the same questions. Are they going to penetrate the market? What makes them better? Is there someone else that's going to, stomp all over them? All the CBD shops, remember, I haven't said this before, but I have a theory that all the CBD shops, remember, they're just being set up for weed. That's it. Like, in my opinion, obviously they're going to be ready. As soon as weed becomes legal, all these cannabis shops are going to be marijuana shops instantly, or do their best to be. So, how are they going to penetrate the market? Now, are they huge in Canada or something? If they're huge in Canada, going to come down, everybody knows them, then that's that. But I really don't know much about marijuana. So you're going to have to, but from a technical standpoint, I would just make sure they found a bottom here. Make sure they didn't bounce and they're not going to fly down. So just be a little bit careful there. And I think that's all I can really say about this, to be honest. Mohammed, do I think GME will dip tomorrow as well? This is a tough question. Okay, GME has been hit pretty hard. Where is GME? Man, I've been looking at all these stocks for you, huh? GME has been hit pretty hard. Do I think they're going to dip tomorrow? Yeah, I think they're going to have, at the very least, a small dip. They may trade sideways, but I really hope I'm wrong. I hope they go up, but I'd be ready for them to trade sideways or go down a little bit. I really would. So just be ready to. Oh, what did Chick say? I like her or their in the talk of tomorrow next week, and it never comes. Right. I'll chat that bad. Hold on, let me see. Mom was saying holding at 309. And the talk of tomorrow, Friday next week, and it never comes. Right. Your chick is completely right, per usual. All this talk, and everyone says it. Everyone says, "Oh, it's gonna moon. Guys, like, I don't think it's gonna moon tomorrow. I don't think GameStop is gonna go to the moon tomorrow. I hope it does. I hope it goes up a little bit. I don't want people to just, I don't want it to continue to bleed or anything. Hopefully it goes up a little bit. Do I think it's going to go $800 tomorrow? No, I don't. I'd be ready for it to go down a little bit. And if you want to buy the dip, But, that's that. So I'd just be prepared. Prepare for the worst. And if it goes up, then that's great. But if it goes down, then you don't know what? Corey said it was going to go down. So, sure, it went down. So something to keep in mind. But I'm not trying to bring your hopes down. I don't think AMC will really moon either. I think AMC is going to be positive tomorrow. But realistically, I'm only hoping for it to hit $16, at the most. I guess $20 at the most. I wouldn't mind. I feel like 16 is probably pretty reasonable if it has the volume that I'm hoping and anticipating. But remember, quadruple witching week is volatility. There's no guarantee of here it is. There's no guarantee of gains right here. It can offer the potential for gains, but losses can be equally evident, is what it says right there. So you need to be ready to hold true to your convictions. But look, Jamie thinks it's going up, 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 up. And I hope it does. I really do. But remember, if it dips, maybe that's your opportunity to buy the dip. If it goes up, that's your opportunity. Maybe that's great. I hope it does hold. But I think next week, and that's what Chick is saying. Everything is next week. But my catalyst, I'm either hoping is going to be these. And let's go back to why I think this is going to happen. Let me go back to the 1 hour charts. Yeah, let's go to the 1 hour charts. Okay, take a look, and take a look at this, and follow me here. Okay, actually, I need the help of you guys. Here's what I need. If anyone can possibly find the amount of call options that expired in the money on January 22nd, 2021. So January, and that's just the Friday before we mooned, okay? And the question is, because take a look here. Look how we were just trading kind of sideways, gap up a little bit. But look, so options are T+2, meaning they theoretically, the hedge funds are supposed to cover or whatever within, or the options just need to be purchased within this time. So meaning they would need to be purchased by the Tuesday. So this is Tuesday, and this is Tuesday after hours. On Tuesday after hours, look, from Tuesday they went from $5 in the after hours all the way up to $8, from 5 to 8, okay? Then in the pre-market, they went from, they just gapped up from 9 all the way to 20. So my theory, and what I would hope would happen, and this is what, we've been saying 801 and stuff, but until they're forced to cover, I don't think we're going to see a payout. And I think that's why that second DTCC rule that's why I think the current DTCC rule that isn't covered yet, or that isn't enacted yet, I think is so important, because it'll force them. They'll be able to force their assets, liquidate their assets, and I think that's what I'm waiting for. But I'm trying to test that theory, because if we see how many options expired on January 22nd, 2021, and if it's more than what is currently there or similar to, I feel like on Wednesday we could potentially have a moon like this. And don't hold me to that, but this is what I'm thinking. This is what I think. So I'll leave this here for a second, but you can see a lot of action happened in the after hours and the pre-market, and that's my theory. So hopefully that helps a little bit and sees where I'm thinking of. And Mohammed, actually, with your point here about the earnings, yeah, if the earnings are huge, you could see something very similar. Let me see if GameStop would be at the same place. Again, here, look, in the after hours, they picked up. They picked up right here in the after hours, see? And in the pre-market. And that's what I'm hoping for on the Tuesday. Trody says, Corey, what is your favorite long-term or short-term investment? I am extremely ridiculously bullish on AMC. Everyone knows that. However, I do have some other plays that I feel are maybe a little bit longer, but have a lot of upside. One of my favorite plays is IVR. No one's talking about it. And this is another thing. Before I even open this, guys, and I've been saying this to a few people, but hey, after AMC, GME squeezes, what's next? Let's say you make $1 million or whatever. What are you going to do? What's your next play? Let's say you make a couple $1,000s, tens of thousands of dollars. What's your next play? No one, a lot of new investors kind of jumped in with this AMC GME stuff, and I don't blame you at all one bit. But what's next? And I think it's so important for you guys to have a plan after this is over. And that's what my goal is. All these guys, even the big streamers right now, this is all they're covering, AMC and GME. But you guys have to have a plan, and that's what I'm doing. I'm planning on, after this is over, what are the stocks that are going to make you keep your investment. You don't want to lose your money. Get you safe, big gains. Even if it takes a few years, you'll be okay. You know what I mean? Or a year or two. You know what I mean? And this is the kind of plays that I'm looking at. And I'll tell you why. Let's look at Invesco, and let's look at over the course of, let's look at it on the 1 year. Okay. So this is COVID. So COVID hit right here, 318. So right back here. Okay. And this stock is currently trading at $3.80, 89 cents, 3.90. Now, what was happening before COVID? Okay, how were these guys as a company? Take a look at this. This right here, 2019. We'll go back a little bit, and we'll go here. Look, for this whole time, 2019, it was all doing good. Now, granted, they were a little bit bumpy depending on where you're looking at this. You know, look, $15 even. Okay, the low. Looking at this, look how bad this was. $13. But look at where they are currently. They're at almost $4. And they've been trading above $13 this was back in 2018. The end of 2018. But look, they've been trading over $13 for years. So I do think that, and this is a very safe company. These guys are doing, look at the the institutional ownership, 50% institutional ownership. It's boring. Boring is good. Boring is fantastic. These guys have a solid dividend, I think. It's let's see. Dividend yield is 8.23% in a dividend, which is incredible. And I really like this stock a lot. These are the kind of stocks that I want to be able to show you guys and say, hey, this is a great, in my opinion, a great play. Look, imagine the gains to be had here. That's why I like this stock so much. And this is the kind of stock that I have full confidence that this stock will go back to where it was. And this is the kind of stuff I want to share with you guys, you know. And that's my opinion. Sorry I was long-winded, but I think it's super important to hit this home. Super important. Let me clear some of these out so I can... Oh, we'll leave that one, and we'll remove this one. Here we go. Looking at some Bitcoin, looking at some GameStop, looking at some AMC. Insight, I do like IVR. That's one of my favorite plays, is what I'll say. Esca, this is, or Escaflowne, this is Webull, version 4 for the desktop. Pretty freaking fantastic, if I do say so myself. You can look at options, profile, institutional ownership. You can look at news catalysts, what analysts are saying. This is Webull version 4 for the desktop. I think it's pretty freaking great. I do have a link in the description. If you want to use it, you do get 2 free stocks whenever you deposit $100. I get a free stock as well, but I really like this this platform. It's free. It's free. Love life. Yeah, the plan is to reinvest, guys. The plan is you take your money, you know, you sure spend a little bit, of course, absolutely, but you need to think about your future. If you make, you know, unless you make a $10 million, which you might, and you know, even then, you need to invest it in something. I'd probably recommend, you know, S&P 500 or something like that, but you got to make sure you're making money. Do you trade after hours? I usually don't trade after hours. I like calls and stuff. After hours, I mean, I can trade after hours on this thing, but I don't care too much about it. But yes, you need to make sure that you're reinvesting to make sure you hold on to your wealth. Extremely important. Muhammad, I appreciate this. Let's see. Muhammad says, here's a negative view. What if GME or AMC don't squeeze, and this is all a massive bear trap? No matter what happens, you think hedge funds, think of the hedge funds, they're smart people and have enough to manipulate us. Mohammed, I completely appreciate that opinion. I completely appreciate it. That is a great question that a lot of people are scared to ask. Okay. Now, personally, so, and I'm glad you brought this up because we're caveat, playing devil's advocate. That's my favorite game, devil's advocate, because you need to be able to defend your argument, and if you can't defend your argument, maybe you should reconsider. So, and this is exactly why we talk about it. Me and my boy Jamie, we have a beautiful relationship because we respect each other's views. Let me get to the super chat really quick. Olive, thank you so much for the super chat. Olive Cheeto, man, I love it. Thanks for streaming later on and for your approach. Love how you walk through the graph and give us some insight. First day watching and I'm hooked. Olive, thank you so much. That means means a lot to me, honestly. It really, really, really does. But talking about my boy Jamie. So Jamie, me and Jamie, we talk about. Jamie likes GameStop, doesn't care too much for AMC. I like AMC, don't care too much for GameStop. And I'll tell her how it is, okay? I have no problem saying that. Because if I can convince you to not buy GameStop, then you probably shouldn't be buying GameStop because you're going to paper hands, okay? You need to be true to your conviction. Nobody could tell me that AMC is a bad play. People may not like it, blah, blah, blah. But playing your devil's advocate game, which I love, for me, here's the reason I chose AMC over GameStop was, well, one, I was already in it, but number two, AMC, there was a lot of catalysts. Remember, we didn't know what was going to happen, and what really started their little run was they got news that they were not going bankrupt anymore, and they're not going bankrupt anymore. Everyone said it. You've seen the news articles. They've raised all this money. They have all this money now, so they're good. Now, number two, the economy is opening. And people are going to start going to the movies again. They're going to finally be able to open. And they're going to finally be able to get a profit. That's why I like it. So number three, people want to go out. They want to go to the movies. They want to go be able to do things. And even then, even people like Marvel and stuff, they said, we're not releasing all these movies on what is that thing called? On Disney Plus. We're not going to release them on HBO Max. We are keeping blockbuster movies in movie theaters. So, in my opinion, even if they try to do something, I don't think it would work because you can't argue with the profits. It's going to be a good business. A lot of people like it now, and I'm fully confident in AMC's ability to go up. Remember, it was only when I got in, it was like $2. So did I think it was going to be over $2 by the end of the year? Absolutely. That's why I got in. So it's important to be able to say those arguments. You know what I mean? And so my worst case scenario is $25 to $30 if it doesn't squeeze and nothing happens. You know, I don't think and that's that. Now if the hedge funds try to play games, who knows what's going to happen? But we'll see. So let's say for GameStop, you know, now what is your argument for GameStop? And the argument could be said that, hey, they're going to go, and I like GameStop, but I have said that I wish the CEO was a little more vocal about what they're going to do to really break out, but I'm sure they have a good plan. They just got their new somebody worked for Amazon or something. They have somebody new in that's going to do great. I think it's their financial advisor. They have somebody in. They brought somebody in. I really can't tell you, and that's on me. But if GameStop would say, hey, we're going to e-commerce. We're gonna compete against Newegg, iBuyPower, blah blah blah. On top of being able to buy online, you can go into the stores, test the products, blah blah blah. You can do this, you can do that. It's gonna be a whole one-stop shop experience. And we're gonna on top of that, we're gonna have like a mini Steam store where you can buy games on sale, kind of like G2A. You know, if they can say all this stuff, then great. And the question is, at that point, do you still think GameStop is valued at $200 a share? Make it worth it. If they can make it worth it, then absolutely. But great question, and I appreciate that. Ryan Cohen, thank you very much. Thank you very much for helping me out. Gary, thinking you will make millions off one stock is a pipe dream unless you put millions in. I appreciate the thought process, but you are incorrect, my friend. Especially if you're playing call options or if this stock. Remember, if you would have put, if you were in GameStop whenever it was at $2 a share, you know, you didn't have to put very much in for it to be times whatever. And imagine if you played call options while the IV was still down, and you could have leveraged your money. All you needed, I guarantee, if you would have put $10,000 in GameStop whenever it was at $2 a share, and on call options that were out of the money, 100% you would have made $1 million. But I appreciate your thought process, or you trying, but not exactly correct. But thank you for your input. Jordan Belfort just tweeted. Did he just tweet about AMC? Oh, I should have done Twitter. Wolf of Wall Street. What did he say? 18 minutes ago. Popcorn. Huh. I think he's trying to just get on the sides of Wall Street bets. He's trying to fit in. I don't really know much about what this guy's trying to do. Hey, if anyone knows where I can buy a billboard, I've been trying to buy a billboard. Andre? Yeah, it has to be Andre. I think. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. But hey, if y'all know where I can buy a reasonably priced billboard. I looked at billboard and they were like $3,000. If someone knows where I can find a reasonably priced one, we can take a look, man. That'd be a good time. Let's take a look at what... Who am I looking for? Someone gave me a Keith Gill. Yeah, Keith Gill is up. I mean, but then again, remember, Keith is a special case. I think he started with a lot of money. He didn't start with a few bucks. I think he started with like 80K or something. Yeah, I would love to. I'm sure. I wonder if we could raise enough money to buy a billboard. I wonder if that's allowed. I would love to do that. But you got to find me a good price. Do you usually stream this late? I typically stream later. Yes, I usually work during the day. I actually took off for the quadruple witching. I'm such a loser. I took off yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So I will be on tomorrow streaming, and we'll see. Aaron, if you bought 10K, Jamie at $2, you could sell them now for $1 million. No, if you would have bought. I said if you bought options. Doesn't know about the new guy at GME. Okay, I think Aaron is confused. I think Aaron's in the wrong chat, but that's okay. Welcome, Aaron. Good luck, my friend. Let's take a look. Who gave me a MLPY? Let's take a look. Oh, right. What does MLPY do? Morgan Stanley Cushing? What? Investment objective. Wait, this is just Morgan Stanley? You trolling me? I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, we'll take a look at another one. So is the quadruple witching when the market closes tomorrow? No, the quadruple witching is just on the Friday. So by definition, I do have it right here, just so you know, it's crystal clear. You see it's on Investopedia. So quadruple witching refers to a date on which the derivatives of stock index futures, stock index options, stock options, and single stock futures expire simultaneously. So it's just Friday. Friday is the thing. Aaron, forgive me for not remembering the name of one gentleman of a company that I don't really follow too closely. I sincerely apologize for reading the chat, trying to navigate all of this and all of it at one time. If there's anything I can do to make it up to you, my friend, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to burp you or rub your belly, whatever makes you happy, my friend. So can you take a look at hold on, someone else had one. Let me get to Damien, Victor, and then I'll take a look at yours. Don't let me forget in case the chat goes by too fast. Damien wanted AMD. I don't know why I'm blanking. GME or AMC is it? I know, guys, like we're all in this together. Ape strong together. I'm all for gave you a sub, bro. Thanks, Andre. I appreciate it. I'm all for this. All for AMC, all for GME. I am super bullish on both. I appreciate it. Let's take. Oh, AM. AMD. Great. Hey, you know what? I do like AMD. And remember, what I was saying earlier is there's that computer like shortage essentially. People are having a hard time getting all of the computer parts. Like if you try to buy, if anybody's into computers, they try to buy like a 3080 or one of the new graphics cards, chances are you've had a very, very hard time. And if you did find it on your first try, just so you know, you most likely got extremely lucky, because those are hard to find. I know a guy who owns like a computer shop, and he has been slammed. He says he can't find enough parts fast enough. It is insane what's been going on. So all good. But let's take a look at AMD. I do, I guess we all know what they do, all they do, the chips and stuff. I mean, just fantastic. Let's see. I'm sure they've been doing great over the pandemic. What can I say? I'm sure I like the stock. Okay, 77% institutional ownership. We got the three amigos over here: Vanguard, BlackRock, and FMR hanging out per usual. A lot of good stuff. Man, look at that. These analyst price targets are still going up. I don't think it's done yet. People are still trying to, whether they're going to go back into the office, transition to at home. A lot of people are still figuring it out. Believe it or not. Until this ends, and even after it ends, I don't think that the shortage is going to be done with. I do worry a little bit about the long term of some of this stuff, but I think you're just going to have to see like how you want it to, I'll just say I'm a little worried about the long term about this. I do like AMD, what they're doing. They've really made a name for themselves. I had AMD a long time ago whenever it was the FX, like 8300. It was supposed to be better, but my experience really wasn't that good. But that was many years ago. Now they have the Ryzens and stuff, and it's supposed to be so good. But I haven't had any experience with them yet. Let's look at the 3 month. I mean, I'm sure. Oh wow, 3 months has been down. Let's look at the 1 year. Okay, so. And the thing about this is, how do you want to play the stock? I personally, I like stocks that are a little more volatile, is what I'll say. And the reason for that is, the gains. Now, if you're looking for something less volatile for, less gains but less losses, something a little more even, then this could be a great play for you. Because, as you can see over the year, I mean, I guess it was down here around the $30 mark, and it's up 78. So maybe I'm just speaking nonsense. But, I don't know when I looked at this. I really don't. But it looks like I did set a technical level of support here, and it looks like it's been doing great. It looks like it's been doing great. So hopefully that it continues that level of support, and I think that as long as it holds strong, that'll be fantastic. It's kind of hard to say. On the RSI, relative strength index, anything over 70 is overbought, anything under 30 is oversold. It looks like it's at a good little spot. It's just at 40, right around in the middle, and or a little below the middle, and it could have some room to go to grow. I think you have to think like, what are they doing? It seems like they may be taking over the market from Intel. Like, did they already pass them in market cap? There's something like that, but I've heard a lot of good things about AMD. My question is, what's the next move? Where are they going next? What are they doing? You need to be able to answer those questions and make sure that that it's looking good. Quarterly looking fantastic. Continuous growth. This could be a great company. It could be over $100 stock in who knows how long, a year or two, or maybe by the end of the year. Do I play NBA Top Shot? I do not. Let me go back to where am I going back? I was gonna look at somebody else's stock. Are you not trolling me, Kevin? I know. Okay, Kevin, we'll take a look. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to troll you either, my friend. I'm sorry. Morgan Stanley. Let's take a look at what's going on with Morgan Stanley. But these guys are high index, high income. These guys are something different. These guys aren't what you think they are. I don't even know how I would explain explain these guys. They're like a they do financial services. They're investment banking. Like, I don't know if you can you even buy this? I think you're thinking of MS. This thing has me so confused. Oh, this is MS. See, there's Morgan Stanley, which I know. I don't know what Morgan Stanley Cushing is. ETN. See, I don't know what this is. I don't know if we can trade this. See, there's nothing on the order. I don't know. This one is a little confusing to me. I can't really tell what they do, financials or anything. I'm sorry, my friend. I wish I could be of more help, but I am not educated in any of what's going on with this particular stock. And there's no information provided to me. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my friend. I really wish I could give you some info. If anybody has any info that they can provide on that one, maybe it'll help me and the person. So Eddie, Corey's billboard fund. Thank you so much, Eddie, for the 5. That billboard, we're gonna have a billboard, guys. But you best believe it. I told somebody else I was gonna look at a stock, and I can't remember who. It was whoever was after AMD. If you wanna let me know who I called out. I'm getting a little behind in the chat. Oh, Victor, it was you? Okay, thank you. Let's take a look. YVR. Let me stretch a little bit. Whew. Okay. We're going to go for a little bit, and then we're going to, let's see, probably going to call it in just a little bit, guys. Let me take a look at YVR. Somebody said something about IVR also earlier. I forgot what your question was. You said, thanks for the tip. Do you have any more info? Not too much info just yet. I just want to give you a sneak preview. I do plan on covering that kind of stock like in a little bit, and we will see. I need to set up my TOS like you. TOS. Terms of service? TOS. Let's take a look. So this one. Liquid Media Group, Software IT, I love it. Is a Canada is a Canada-based company engaged in internet service business sector. The company is vertically integrated global studio producing content for all platforms, including film, television, gaming, virtual reality, through its network of shared services. This multi-platform, multifaceted entertainment and intellectual property aggregator dedicated to bringing the content to the world. That really is so broad. I have no clue. I did like that I saw VR though. I freaking love VR. If you guys play VR, I play VR, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good time. Yeah, sorry, Tim. We'll cover it another time, man. I'm on all the time. We'll cover it. I may have a video, so just make sure you're subbed, and we'll get to it. That one's not going to die anytime soon. That one is one of my favorite stocks, and you best believe we'll be covering it. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Doesn't look like they have much of a profit just yet, which I don't mind. Everyone is so caught up in these profits and stuff, but I don't mind one bit. What I want to see is where this money is going. So, obviously they do have a total revenue. Revenue is going up. Or it was going up. There's some weird stuff going on quarterly. Look how they made all this money over here at the beginning of the pandemic, and then here they're not doing so well. Let's take a look annually. Maybe that'll give me a better picture of what's going on. Gross profit. Man, these guys are kind of all over the place. It's making me a little bit nervous. You need to be able to answer why this profit is different. Keep in mind, they could be reinvesting in themselves. The interest income was super high. I'm not sure exactly what that metric means, but take a look there, and so just see where their money is going. Super important. Institutional ownership is 5.59%. Not my favorite, so we'll have to take a look and see what that's about. News, make sure there's news. I don't see any analyst information, anything like that. So here's the thing. I do not like to, let me see if I'm on the wrong kind of chart. Let's look at the 1 month. So I'd be super weary about this. I don't like to chase stocks, okay? Really quick, let me say Olive Cheeto Man. Thank you so much. Is that another one? You gave me a second one? I appreciate it. Yes, I'll take a look at those stocks in just a second. And we will fix that. I'm so sorry that this person has been spamming and I was not able to get that fixed. We will go ahead and hide user on this. There we go. I am so sorry about that spam, everybody. I'm sorry to not catch it sooner. I appreciate it, Cheeto man. No worries, no worries. I'm almost done with this anyways. But so I'm sorry I wasn't able to be more helpful on YVR, but I will give you this. I don't like to chase stocks, so please be careful about your reasons for investing in this. I know it looks good. You saw this huge run up, and you're like, oh my gosh, I could have made all that money. And then you see this run up, and you're like, I could have made all that money. But the question is it going to run again? Why would it run again? What are the chances that you're going to make money versus lose money? You just have to be careful with some of those things, okay? So just be super, super wary. Great. And so that's my 2 cents on that one. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that guy was reported for his comments. So yeah, sorry can be more help, but be careful. You got to make sure you can answer those questions before you jump into these plays. Okay, I'd be very careful with chasing. I personally do not like to chase. Very scary. Let's take a look at SLGG. CCIV, I should know that one. Super League Gaming. Okay, so I've been wanting to take a deep dive into this one. I haven't been able to, but this is going to be a great opportunity for me to dip my toe. Okay, because if anyone knows anything about me, I'm a gamer, and I love to game. Okay. And I did MLG and stuff. Like I really did MLG. I was in a top 16 team, and it was a lot of time. I mean, I was only a coach though, so don't get me twisted. Don't think I'm so good, but I don't want to mislead. But it was a good time. It was a very good time. So Super League Gaming offers offers amateur esports community and content platform. The community is providing accessible esports leagues for amateur gamers that take place both online and through in-person gaming arenas. The company's cloud-based platform provides amateur gamers a modernized way to connect, play, and view games in real time. The company, through its platform, also connects a network of gamers, venues, and brand partners to enable local social and competitive esports that would be broadcasted through its platform. The company operates leagues in partnership with publishers of top-tier games such as League of Legends, Minecraft, Clash Royale, each with each Super League season culminating in its signature-wide city champs tournaments. I'm just adding words. Okay, here's the dealio. This sounds fantastic. Now, the fact that they already have like League of Legends and stuff like that, I don't know too much about this space, and this is one of the reasons I would like to take a deep dive in it, because taking a deep dive in it, so there's so many different questions that are running through my brain. Okay, what you have to remember is right now, like, I don't know exactly what they're doing. So if they're doing like network type stuff, now if they go and they set up a LAN network and it's like it's all connected, the moderators are all connected, this, that, the other, and they're all connecting there, then that's fantastic. But if they're doing like what stops somebody from why you have to ask yourself. Like for me, I say this is cool, but I don't know enough about it, because I would say like, hey, how come I don't go to? Why don't I just like get all my friends, we join a custom game, and we have 2 spectators join, and they'll just stream it, and we can record it, So, and that's me just not being educated on the topic. So if you can answer those questions, say, this is why they're good, no one else is doing this, if they really have League of Legends, the question is, what do they do with League of Legends? Because it says, partnership with publishers of top-tier games such as League of Legends. Are they actually doing the LCS casting? Are they actually like providing the cloud-based platform for all of this stuff and connecting the games? So if you can answer these questions and say, yes, they're doing this, they're doing that, these guys are they're the only ones doing it, they're the first to market. There's a value in being first to market, and there's also a value of being the best. So things to think about. I am very, very interested in that space, though. Look at this, guys. Look at these profits year over year. As you know, if you watch anything, I love League of Legends. If you watch anything League of Legends, you guys know that these guys are, and if you don't even have to, all you need to know is these guys are making freaking money, hundreds of thousands of dollars for these pro players. Okay, so don't be fooled. There's money to be made here. Quarterly, how have they been doing? Continuous, steady growth. Beautiful. I would say, I'm going to guess on institutional ownership. Oh gosh, I'm on the scale between like 30 and 70. Do I want to break in the middle? Let's see. 46. Here we go. I was way off. 5%. I think this number is going to go up if these guys are really who they say they are with the big ones. Man, I wasn't even close. Analysts. So again, we like the analysts when they're on our side. When they're not, we don't like them. So all good, all good. All good to go. Let's look at the chart and take a look. Beautiful growth, honestly. 6 month. Beautiful growth. I mean, beautiful growth. And you know what? The question is, are they going to slow down? That is the $1 million question. I don't know why they would slow down. I really don't. I'm going to draw this trend line, and hopefully this will continue to support. If this continues to support, looks like it did retrace a little bit. The question is, is it going to retrace a little more? If you already have a position in the stock, hey, congratulations. Oh, guys, let me know your positions in these stocks. I want to know, especially whenever I'm going over them. This way I can help you a little bit. But I do like the stock. I will say I do like it. I wish there was a little more institutional ownership. I think as gaming becomes more and more just known and bigger, especially in the States. If you guys know about Korea and their gaming scene, holy crap! I read an article once saying that they brought in which team was it? Was it the League of Legends team or something to hype up a basketball team, like the big basketball team? I don't want to say NBA because I don't think it's NBA, but whatever the NBA is of Korea. They brought in the team to hype those guys up, and I couldn't believe it. Not one bit. Let's take a look at CCIV. Guys, I have to start wrapping up. I gotta bounce. Jamie, I don't think Keith Gill is lying. Absolutely not. He has no reason to lie. He has no reason to lie about this. He's Trey tweeted the Jordan Belfort tweet. He retweeted it. That's cool. Last one, CCIV. I know people are really into it. This is not the right company. CCIV. No. Okay, let's take a look. Wow, 1 second. Let me take a look. 1422. AMC. I love it. I'll take it. I'll take it all day long. Where did GameStop end? Okay, barely down a little more. No problem. CCIV. I should know about CCIV. Churchill Capital. Blake Jump Company. Okay, so a lot of companies do this. They're formed on the purpose of effective merger, share exchange, asset acquisition, share purchase, or reorganization of similar businesses or similar business combinations with one or more businesses. The company is not engaged in any business operation. So I really don't understand, and maybe I'm just uneducated in what a blank check company is. It seems like they kind of organize companies, put them together, stuff like that. But we will have to, I guess we'll see. But let's look at other things, financials. And, I get so confused looking at these. And this is for example, this is the kind of company I personally would not invest in just because I don't understand it. I don't know what they're truly doing. I haven't dove deep enough. Nothing like that. So I've read James's comment. He goes, YouTube homemade LED billboards, man. It's like Light Bright for adults. Homemade LED billboards. Oh boy, we're going to have to see this one. So yeah, it's just so tricky. But people, I hear a lot of people talking about the stock. I think Trace Trades loves this stock. And again, my concern is whenever I see something like this, I just get so worried that people are hopping on this because they see it jump up. I said it a million times. I'll always say I don't like to chase stocks. very scary for me. So the question is, did this find a bottom? It was trading sideways for a while at $9, and it looks like it got some traction. Hopefully it finds a new floor around here somewhere. And if it does, I'll go ahead and draw this line here. This could be a good little line here. Let me see. Sure, I'll give that one there. And this way, whenever I pull it back up, we'll see if it respects this line. So we'll just have to see. Insight says CCIV good long term, and it could be a good long term. I see stuff like in the news whenever it talks about EVs and a lot of EV information. So if these guys are trying to bring together EV companies or something, then that could be cool. But again, unfortunately, I'm sorry, man. I just don't know too much about this specific stock. Okay. I appreciate every single person hanging out here with me. I am going to log off for the day. I've been on for 11 hours now, basically. I guess I took 30-minute breaks, I think twice or something, but almost 11 hours going. So I am going to log off. I appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me. If I miss anything at the end, I apologize. I'll be here tomorrow, and you can ask me then. We'll hang out. If you wouldn't mind dropping a like on the way out, I'd appreciate it. And hey, if you don't, tomorrow's quadruple witching. I don't know what's going to happen. Could be great. Could be terrible. We shall see. We shall see. And that's what I have. All right. Thank you all again. I will be on here tomorrow. I appreciate every single one of you. We'll chat tomorrow, right? Tomorrow could be a great day. If not, we're going to keep on trucking on, okay? Thank you all again. I will talk to you all soon. Peace.